This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately.
Hey, can you guys hear me? I'm gonna have to, I don't know what happened to the camera, but I have to shut the camera, the OBS down and open it right back up again. It takes like 20 seconds, alright? So hold on a second. Oh, there you go. I think it's working now, right? Not sure why it wasn't working. Well, I'm getting some I don't know how long the show's going to be, but I got to get some antibiotics later for my sinuses, I guess, now, because last 2 days, that's when I got the infection in there. Not, so. But they close at 9, which is in 2 hours and 56 minutes. So I'm gonna have to go get that, and then thanks, True Cal or True. I don't even know what to say there. Trucka girl. Oh, Trucka girl. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, and like I said at the beginning, during the shows, is that if you guys want to support my channel, allow me to keep doing what I'm doing, it'd be great to send in super chats and whatnot, because what's on Chloe's head? What's that red thing there? Chloe! Get over here. Come here. I gotta check what that red thing is. Come here, Chloe. Come here, Chloe. It's this little fuzzy thing. Yeah, just sort of a little piece of fuzzy from the mattress. He's over there chopping that thing up. Yeah, so it allows me to keep doing these shows and us doing a whole bunch of cool stuff. For example, one of the cases that in our in our DNA project that we have, we've put over 50-something thousand into that one, 56 probably at this point. And one of them is a case in Southern Oregon where they're just trying to identify the person who was smoking a cigarette butt. Okay, and so that has happened. We don't get to know the person's name because that's part of the investigation and all that stuff. But they actually were able to identify the person and give that information to the police and the investigators, and who knows what it'll lead to. Might lead to absolutely nothing, but we were the ones that paid for something that they otherwise wouldn't have been able to afford, and we'll see what happens. All right? But that only happens because of you guys and your generosity every single night throughout the entire year. Okay, so it is what it is. let me see. So tonight we're going to be covering this crazy case. I saw people talking about it. Got some emails. I think Cindy sent me an email. A whole bunch of people sent me emails. Yeah, it's just the same stories everybody sends at the same time. And so, hey, whoa! Thank you, Tosh. That is a boom. Did we get to see the dancer? The avocado? Seems like it. Let's see. Hopefully. I want it to dance right here. Uh-oh, we got a double again. Why is it doing that? It's kind of cool, though. Oh, it's on my other computer, that's why. Boom. Thank you, Cheryl Bullock. So there was two missing girls, and they just were missing a short amount of time. But it turns out that they were last seen with this sex offender, and I don't know if he obviously was probably just tricking them, and they had no idea what his background was. And then today, I guess probably in searching for him, because they knew they were with him, they found this property with, I'm trying to get a screen here that works. Yeah, I know you can't see. I was aware of that. No, I'm not black. Let's see. Yeah, I was trying to get the chat thing at the bottom when I click on somebody's name. So that's what I was trying to do. So I'm gonna go back and do it again. Don't get scared, everybody. It does go off the screen for a minute. All right, there we go. I don't think there. So it's on this screen. See, now when I click on people's names, it does their chat, kind of like StreamYard does it. You know what I'm saying? It's in Oklahoma, and I was able to find the spot on the property. I got kind of lucky visually. I don't know if it's luck anymore because it's sort of like what I do. I couldn't find. All I saw was a couple of helicopter shots. And all right, so here is the one of the main articles that I was looking at earlier. Okay, and it says right here, 7 bodies, including missing girls from Okmulgee County, found on Henryetta property. So it's in Henryetta, Oklahoma. Search items in Okmulgee County. It seems like we just did something. Isn't that where those 3 guys that were doing the scrap metal and they were found cut up into pieces in the river? Wasn't that the same thing? It said 7 bodies were found on a property in Henryetta, including those of 2 missing teen girls. If anybody has a press conference, let me know. Authorities say Ivy Webster, 14, and Brittany Brewer, 16, were last seen with Jesse McFadden, whose body was also found in a rural area east of Henryetta. Our hearts go out to the families and friends, schoolmates, and everyone else. It's just a tragedy in Okmulgee County, said Sheriff Eddy Rice. McFadden was a registered sex offender who was supposed to stand trial today. So he was supposed to stand trial today, so I almost feel like it was sort of like a last hurrah. He knew he was going to be in prison for a long, again, as a repeat offender. And it's crazy. Apparently, it sounds like maybe he killed 3 kids the two girls, maybe his wife and himself. Something like that. Who knows? He was in prison at the time. So this is, well, here's the thing, everybody. I went and found the article from 2017. This one right here says former Dunn. So this is September 29th, 2017. Former Jess Dunn inmate charged with possessing child porn. A former Jess Dunn Correctional Center inmate has been charged in Muskogee. Thank you, Danielle. You always come up with these crazy faces. Charged in Muskogee County with soliciting sexual conduct with a minor by use of technology and possession of child pornography, according to court documents. Jesse Lee McFadden, 34, is accused of having a cell phone in his possession while an inmate at Jess Dunn in July of 2016. So he had a cell phone with him. He wasn't supposed to have that. And using that cell phone to communicate with a 16-year-old girl. So here we go. The two girls that were missing, I think, were 14 and 16. So that's obviously something, that he likes. According to the probable cause affidavit in that case, the communications, including nude photos of the girl sent to McFadden and sexually explicit photos of McFadden sent to the girl, the affidavit says. McFadden is serving 20 years sentence for a 2004 first-degree rape conviction. So obviously he got out early, even after doing that. You see, that bugs me. So 2004, 20 years, that's 2024, right? Well, during that time, he used the phone to communicate with a minor. And then you charged him on it. So why did he get out early? Can anybody explain that at all? He should have got, immediate, while he was in there, be charged again and added to it. McFadden is serving 20-year sentence for 2004 first-degree rape conviction and housed in Joseph Harp Correctional Center in Lexington, according to the Oklahoma Department of Corrections. He is scheduled for an initial appearance in Muskogee County on November 16th. This is just... It's weird. His face doesn't necessarily, he looks kind of like a normal guy, but his ears, boy! Whew. Just kidding. Let me go back to this one. Let's take a look at some of these.
We do start at 5 o'clock with the latest on that breaking news as investigators find 7 people dead on a property in Okmulgee County, including 2 teenage girls who have been reported missing by their families. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lori Fulbright.
This Lori Fulbright is probably, in terms of local reporters in the country, probably the most famous and one of the better ones.
I'm Craig Day. 14-year-old Ivy Webster and 16-year-old
Brittany Brewer
were last seen with Jesse McFadden's family. His body was also found in a rural area east of Henryetta. McFadden was a registered sex offender. We have team coverage this evening, starting with News on 6's Emery Bryan, who joins us live in Henryetta. Emery.
And we're just outside the suspect's property here, just to the east of Henryetta, and just to the north of I-40. In fact, it's within sight just here on the other side of this property, where this afternoon the sheriff and then once investigators got here to the scene of his house this afternoon.
Yeah, so I think the bodies might have been in this little creek down here. I knew it was next to Highway
executed
40.
A search warrant. They went onto the property and found 7 bodies believed to be, pending medical examiner notification, the 2 teenagers, Ivy Webster, 14, and Brittany Brewer, 16. Jesse and Holly McFadden, his wife.
Okay, so see this image right here? I'll get back to this. It says 126. And this one right here, see that? So there's no street view in this area here, but I just said, okay, it's I-40 just east of Henryetta. Okay, so then I said the entrance point then is going to be this road right here, and I was looking at it like this, and I just happened to travel down, and I just immediately saw a gate right here, and then I recognized that there was a square building that was tall with a shadow on it, just like that. Okay, so that immediately alerted me to that, okay, that's the property that they're on. Now it's near I-40 because of the other video on there. And crazy, the wood piles on the ground right here are exactly the same as they are today. I mean, in this image right here, it's crazy. So let's get back to the this one right here. Keep it going.
Wife, and then possibly his 3 children. The sheriff here said the investigation is just getting started. He wanted to reiterate, though they are certain there is no future threat to the public, and they certainly believe what they have here is all of this family. He wanted to be careful of just about confirmation.
All right, so see these right here, how there's wood on the ground? Yeah, that's exactly, I mean, it's exactly the same. It's kind of a eye teaser, basically, because it's on the highway right over here, but the angle they have it at's kind of low, and there's a creek right here. But if you look at it, you see that there's a field here. That's this field, and then there's these trees on the ground, and they're exactly the same. Watch this. Here, just look at how crazy this is. Even today, see how those goes like that. These 2 appear, they're right there. Then there's that one, which is right there, and then the whole stack. So you probably have to turn it about like, probably more like this. But so that's the same trees, and so then you look at the vehicles are parked just off to the right. So I just kind of put where the medical examiner was right here, and then the creeks and everything are right down in this area. You can see it. So the property is over here, so they probably took the, who knows what they were doing, but I mean, obviously over in this area is where the bodies were put. So maybe they're all there, or some of them are in the house. We don't have any idea at this point. Well, there could be. I mean, maybe some of these articles that I have here say that. Now, there's 7 people. The sex offender, 2 missing girls, and then apparently like his wife and kids or something like that.
We're not going to discuss any of the facts of the case or anything like that, but we are no longer looking. We have believed to have found everything that we were seeking this morning. Our hearts go out to the families and friends, schoolmates, and everyone else, and it's just a tragedy in Okmulgee County.
Yeah, let's take a look at this one.
Were first reported missing, endangered earlier this afternoon. OHP sent out
that have been from Henryetta have been found dead.
They were first reported missing, endangered earlier this afternoon. OHP sent out that update. We just received confirmation from the Okmulgee County Sheriff saying that the 2 teen girls were found dead along with the person that they were reported missing with. Let's go over to Lori Fulbright. She's live in the newsroom with what we know so far. Lori, a lot of new information coming out.
Yeah, we just said that.
Yes, that's
Mindy.
exactly right, and it's just coming out in the last few minutes. So we have learned from the Okmulgee County Sheriff that actually have found 7 victims dead. They say that does include Jesse McFadden, the suspect in this case, as well as the 2 missing girls, Brittany Brewer and Ivy Webster. So they say the girls had gone to spend the weekend with Jesse McFadden and his family. Brittany's dad.
So they went willingly with a sex offender they probably didn't know to spend the weekend with his family. I mean, like, what, his wife is there too? I mean, this is crazy.
Dad tells us that had happened numerous times. They'd gone to McAllister for the weekend, come back fine, everything was good. They were supposed to be back Sunday night, didn't make it. That started this alert that was issued by OHP earlier today, saying that the 2 girls were not back, they were missing, and that they were considered to be with this Jesse McFadden and his family. Now, right now, we do know that 7 are dead. That includes Jesse and the 2 missing.
The way they say it, it makes it sound like they've been there multiple times with the same sex offender. But maybe that was the grooming part finally, and then he knew the hearing today has to be related to that, right? But they didn't know that he was a sex offender. So I think today is the day that he did what his plan was all along. He knew he was probably going to be in prison for many, many years because of the other charge. Maybe. I mean, the fact that he was even out is ridiculous to me. Doesn't it bother you guys at all that He had a 20-year sentence in 2004, which would be, that means he would get out in next year. But somehow he was out early, even though he was caught in 2016 with a cell phone that he shouldn't have in prison, and he was exchanging sexting images with a 16-year-old. That should have put him 10 more years right there. This is just another ball-dropping moment by the system. It's sick. Okay? Sickening.
Girls, we are waiting on officials to let us know who the other victims might be in this case. But let me tell you a little bit about Jesse McFadden.
You know what's weird about their property? It almost looks like it's a prison. I mean, look at this. Like, there's the watchtower and the...
to let us know who the other victims might be in this case. But let me tell you a little bit about Jesse McFadden. So back in 2003, he was convicted of first-degree rape in Pittsburgh County. He was sentenced to prison for 20 years, served about 16, and was released. He was charged in 2017 in Muskogee County because while he was at Jestum, they say he got a hold of a contraband cell phone and was texting, texting, pictures, video exchanging with an underage teenage girl. So he got caught with that phone, and a couple of months later, that girl's grandpa called DOC and said, hey, he's been communicating with her and she's underage. So he was charged with that in 2017.
And yet he was let out.
His trial was supposed to start today in Muskogee County.
He would have been found guilty.
And of course, he never showed up. So initially, a warrant was issued for his arrest today, a no bond warrant. Had he been captured, of course, then he would have been held.
I would bet money that both those, one or both of those girls were assaulted by him before he killed them. That's what I would say.
No bond. But during the process of all this, law enforcement had been at his home and at his property with search warrants today, searching for any sign of these two missing girls or him. And now we are being told that he has been found dead, as well as those two young teenage girls who were missing. They have been found dead. And as far as the other 4 victims, we are waiting on confirmation for that.
Yeah, so this is kind of what came out when they were missing, but they knew they were with him. And, you know, he was... The charge in 2004, I wasn't able to find any newspaper, or 2003, I guess, any newspaper articles on it. I didn't spend hours looking, but they didn't pop right up. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it was something where he forcibly raped somebody to get 20 years like that. And the fact that they let him out, even though he's now trying to communicate again with somebody, it's disgusting, really. I think that's probably the bigger part of the story at this point. Let's see. This one says he was convicted in 2003 of first-degree rape in Pittsburgh County. So let's see, is this in here?
Registered convicted sex offender in Oklahoma. So records show that he was convicted in 2003 of first-degree rape in Pittsburgh County. He was sent to prison and then released in 2020 after serving his sentence. While in prison, though, he was charged with using a contraband cell phone to send sexual messages to a teenage girl. He was charged with that crime in 2017, and that trial on those charges was supposed to start today.
Yeah, here we go. I think, is that the same one?
And yes, records do show that Jesse McFadden...
Yeah, it's the same one. All right, let's see. This is in the New York Post. Bodies of 2 missing teen girls and a registered sex offender among 7 people dead on Oklahoma property. Hey, thank you very much. Simple Life Days. Two missing teen girls have reportedly been found dead alongside 5 other people on a property in Oklahoma. Police recovered the bodies of Ivy Webster, 14, and Brittany Brewer, 16, of Henryetta, both of whom had been missing since Sunday night. Police also found the corpse of Jesse McFadden, a 39-year-old registered sex offender who had spent 16 years in prison for rape and was scheduled for trial Monday on charges of soliciting child porn.
Package today. You are so kind, and the notebook is amazing.
Oh, well, I'm glad you like it. Well, you're kind yourself. Thank you. Webster's father told the network that his daughter had gone to spend the weekend with McFadden and his family before without incident. See, that's crazy. Webster's father told the network that his daughter had gone to spend the weekend with McFadden. But, I mean, did you know who he was? I mean, here's what I will say. If the parents knew that this guy was a sex offender and allowed their kids to stay at that house, then they're the worst parents in the history of the planet, okay? But it's possible that they had no idea as well. But all you had to do was really look him up and you could find it. That's just absolutely crazy. Webster's father told the network that his daughter had gone to spend the weekend with McFadden and his family before without incident. McFadden's trial Monday would have decided whether he was guilty of sexting an underage girl on a contraband phone. He was incarcerated in 2017. When he never showed up, Okmulgee County issued a bench warrant for his arrest. Authorities showed up at his home and property Monday searching. Oh, yeah, so he was supposed to go to trial today. He didn't show up. They went to his house looking for him. And then they found all these bodies. Could you imagine just being one of those guys? Oh, this is, really classic. Just here we go. We're just going to go look for the guy because he missed a court date. And you find 7 bodies. I guarantee you they weren't prepared for that. Guarantee it. I'm just looking at that picture. Jeez. Ridiculous. Okay, this is Coco.
We start with that breaking news. Investigators have found the bodies of 7 people on an Oklahoma property. The identities have not been confirmed at this hour. However, 2 of them are believed to be a pair of teenagers who went missing overnight. We appreciate you joining us here at 5 o'clock. I'm Jessica Shambach.
I'm Evan Onstadt. Good evening to you. We have KOCO's Abigail Ogle joining us in studio as well. Abby, another one of those bodies we're told is likely the person of interest in these girls' disappearance.
Just a horrific scene, and certainly not the update that we wanted to report when we first told you about this. This all started as an endangered alert for 14-year-old Ivy Webster and 16-year-old Brittany Brewer. They were last seen just after 1 a.m. overnight and into this morning. We're told that the girls were having a sleepover with a friend. That friend's stepfather, Jesse McFadden, is the main suspect in this. To report when we first told you about this. This all started as an endangered alert for 14-year-old Ivy Webster and 16-year-old Brittany Brewer. They were last seen just after 1 a.m. overnight and into this morning. We're told that the girls were having a sleepover with a friend. That friend's stepfather, Jesse McFadden, is the main suspect.
Oh, so one of the... Oh, okay, I see. Huh, yeah, you sort of wonder, I mean, is he the one that was communicating with them, or did they meet another girl and he encouraged them, oh yeah, they can stay over, that kind of thing. Like, how do we know that those 2 girls weren't friends with actually just another teen girl, and then he took advantage of that situation? See? I mean, that sort of makes more sense in the story, right? So that makes way more sense, though. So since they were just friends with one of the friends, then now it's kind of like, oh, yeah, so he just took advantage of the situation. So I don't know if he was it's more like an opportunist. So they were just sort of they would stay over at that house from time to time. And then eventually he knew that he was going, so here's probably how it went, is they came over from time to time and he had urges towards them. So he had urges towards those 2 girls, and then he knew that they were coming over this last time just before he was going to get sent back to prison for probably, who knows, 5-10 more years for what he did. And he wanted to, I think, I would bet money that there was an assault here. And then he didn't, he knew family would think differently about him and hate him. And I mean, the weird part is he obviously was in prison during the time that his kids were growing up, too. I'm trying to figure out what the age, how did the ages happen here? He was in prison from 2004 all the way up to, so is one of the friends 18 years old? I mean, did he have a baby just before he got put into prison? Do you get what I'm saying? Because he was in prison for 16 years. That's how old these people are. So if he got out in 2017 and had a child, they'd be like 5 and 6 years old. You get what I'm saying? So they're stepkids? Okay. Oh, so that's even worse, man. Well, that is the worst. What mother, that mother, if she knew that he was a sex offender and allowed and was with him anyways, with her kids, I mean, what a nightmare. Now, it doesn't sound like he had done stuff with her stepkids. Maybe just out of, he was going to use them to have various people come over. I mean, who knows? Wow. Yeah, but how wouldn't she know? I mean, that's something that she would just know. I guarantee it, she knew that. I mean, that's so easy to find out. And somebody would have told him, God, don't you know that he was, or told her, they didn't move to a different state or something like that.
Suspect in this investigation. He was actually supposed to be in court today for child pornography and soliciting a minor. We've been looking into this. He also has a criminal history, rape convictions, and larceny. Several agencies, including OSBI and the medical examiner, were at that property in Henryetta for hours. Just after 4 o'clock today, the Oklahoma Highway Patrol canceled the alert that they initially sent out. Again, the ME will officially determine the victim's identity. Investigators have not confirmed that this is Ivy and Brittany, but it is believed to be that the missing girls were found there along with the suspect, Jesse McFadden.
Yeah, so he marries somebody that has kids in the range that he likes, too. That's you know what, that is such a classic maneuver by those types of people. It really is. And I bet you he liked the fact that they were coming over. He knew that they were coming over again. And then he just went, boom. See what I'm saying? Yeah. And then he just said, I'm going to be put in prison for 5 or 10 years. And maybe even killed his family first and then the other 2 girls. The 2 girls. A pop-up? I didn't.
And 4 other people who have still yet to be identified. 7 bodies in total. The medical examiner will determine all of their identities.
I mean, that makes it just like even crazier. So he kills an entire step family. So he's not really blood related to any single person that he just killed. 6 people. I mean, just what a psycho. Online records show that McFadden was supposed to be in court. Yep. The Okmulgee County Sheriff's Office said in a news release that deputies took a missing person report for Webster Monday morning. Deputies learned that Webster left during the evening hours of Saturday, April 29th to spend the weekend with a friend. What Zozo said up there, probably named Holly, or was it Holly or is it the daughter? I was just reading that a second ago. Sorry. I don't have time to look for it.
And we began.
All right. The office said in the news release that they learned no one from the family went to the ranch and there hadn't been any contact with them since Sunday. So Webster was reported to be staying with 39-year-old Jesse McFadden. So that's the 16-year-old. But it was with the daughter, really. I mean, that's the adult there, one of the adults, who along with other family members were believed to be heading to McAllister to work on a ranch. The Okmulgee County Sheriff's Office said in the news release that they learned no one from the family went to the ranch and there hadn't been any contact with them since Sunday. I wonder if, I wonder if they were going to be going to that ranch. Seems like a weird thing to add to the story if it was not true. Deputies also learned that another teenager, Brewer, was with them and was picked up during the early evening hours Saturday.
Again, this half hour with
the Okmulgee County Sheriff's Office has not found anyone. McFadden is known to... Oh, so this is before... They went to that ranch, so this is before they were found. McFadden is known to drive a white 2007 Chevrolet Avalanche. So this is the story.
An update to breaking news that we were following out of Henryetta. Officials there have confirmed 7 bodies have been found on a property in Henryetta, including that of 2 missing teens.
Certainly not the update that we wanted to bring you. We first told you about these 2 missing girls at the top of the newscast, 14-year-old Ivy Webster and 16-year-old Brittany Brewer. Officials confirming that their bodies have been found, along with 5 others. They believe one of the victims was the suspect in this. They were believed to be with Jesse McFadden, possibly a slumber party, a sleepover with the suspect's stepdaughter. And that is according to a reporter at one of our Tulsa stations. They believe that the 2 missing girls, that suspect, who by the way was supposed to be in court's stepdaughter, a party believed to be with Jesse McFadden, possibly a slumber party, a sleepover with the suspect's stepdaughter. And that is according to a reporter at one of our Tulsa stations. They believe that the 2 missing girls, that suspect, who by the way was supposed to be in court today on child porn charges, and still 4 other bodies have been recovered. Those still have not yet been identified or confirmed. This all coming from the Okmulgee County Sheriff's Office. Unfortunately, the missing persons report has now been canceled, as it is believed to be those 2 teen girls' bodies have been found, along with the suspect and 4 others, Zach, who we still don't know who these other people might be. We have crews learning more information, and we will bring that to you as we continue to learn more detail.
Hello? Hello?
Hello. This is your Rite Aid Pharmacy calling to inform.
Can you? You're gonna have to probably get this for me, because I went there an hour after I went to the doctor. Sorry about that. The stupid, they took forever to get my prescriptions ready. Alright, this is, says the search for Ivy Webster, 14, and Brittany Brewer, 16, came to a tragic end. This is in the Sun. And after official storm registered sex offender Jesse McFadden's property, located just 50 miles south of Tulsa. So that was after that. There's a picture of, I think this is Brewer here. There's the McFadden, the sex offender. The girls left to stay with McFadden's family for a sleepover on April 29th before they disappeared. Jesse McFadden was due in court on Monday to stand trial for allegedly soliciting child pornography in 2017 when the discovery was made, records seen by the local outlet show. An Amber Alert was issued for the girls at around 10:30 a.m. local time, just 5 hours before first responders searched McFadden's property and found the bodies. While the identities of the victims have yet to be confirmed by the medical examiner, Brittany's devastated father shared the news that she is dead. Brittany was an outgoing person, he told KOTV-DT. She actually was selected to be Miss Henryetta for the National Miss Pageant of Tulsa. And now she ain't gonna make it because she's dead. She's gone. The girls were supposed to leave the McFaddens on Sunday and head over to a ranch, but they never arrived. McFadden was living at the property with the wife, her daughter, Tiffany, and 2 sons. Alright, so Tiffany is probably the one that they were hanging out with. And then there's 2 sons that he killed. Jesus. No one has heard from any of them since the discovery, according to local reports. McFadden had an extensive criminal history, which includes convictions of rape and larceny in 2004. Ivy's heartbroken mother told local outlets that she was unaware of McFadden's twisted past and was shocked when a service used to locate her daughter's phone was turned off. She said it was unlike her to not respond to text messages or calls. Brittany's father said that his daughter has spent weekends with the McFaddens before and there had never been an issue. This Saturday, McFadden reportedly parked a car across the street at his neighbor's property because he was hiding it from a family member, the neighbor told KJRH. Parked across the street at his neighbor's property. Why would he do that? He wanted to make it look like he was out of town. Okmulgee County Sheriff Eddy Rice said they have not seen a case of this magnitude since he took the position 18 years ago. It's a tragic day in Okmulgee County again, and we just ask you to pray for the families, he said in a news conference. Anybody have that news conference? And I don't know if you, for the people here that got here late, this is just unrelated to this, but I was told today that in the Southern Oregon case that we funded using Identifiers International, that they have identified the person who was smoking the cigarette, and it's purely a lead generating identification. And we aren't going to get to know the person's name, obviously, because it's an investigation. But it's your guys' contributions and support for the channel that allow me to be able to donate on behalf of Grey Hughes Investigates channel because of all your generosity. And the way it works is that every night on the channel, the freaks send in super chats and donations, and at the end of the month I try to donate over 50%. I have been doing that, but I don't know if that's something I can still keep doing or whatever. But if you want to help out the channel and allow me to keep doing what we're doing, that would be awesome. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Tosh. Again.
Ocean wave, ocean wave, ocean wave.
Okmulgee County Sheriff Eddy Rice said they have not seen a case of this magnitude. Yeah. Who was Jesse McFadden? A registered sex offender, has been connected to the case of 2 missing Oklahoma teen girls. Well, thank you, Simple Life Days, and 3 boys' mom, just like my mom. She had 3 boys.
Do what you need to do, great.
Well, thank you. I'm doing what I want to do. I'd like to do what I want to do, but thanks, Ashy Snow. Yeah. Beat up that guy. What we need is that one is a taco stomp. That guy's head. Thank you, Ashy Snow, 3 boys' mom, Civil Life Days, and Tosh. Jesse McFadden, 39, was an independent contractor, perfect job for those types, and registered sex offender who lived in Henryetta, Oklahoma with his wife, her daughter, and her 2 sons. Kind of makes you wonder if he's killed other people before in those last 5 years. Because to do something like that means that you have the ability to. He was born on August 24th, 1983, and ended up behind bars in the early 2000s after he was convicted of first-degree rape in McAlester, Oklahoma. Let's see what that does. Does that go somewhere? Oh, no consent. That's what it is. Okay. All right. He was born on August 24th, 1983, and ended up behind bars in the early 2000s after he was convicted of first-degree rape. McFadden was in jail for almost 20 years before being released in October 2020, according to the Oklahoma Sex Offender Registry. What happened to Ivy Webster and Brittany Brewer? On May 1st, 2023, the bodies of 7 individuals were found at the McFadden family residence when police searched the home in connection to the disappearance of Ivy and Brittany. The sheriff's office later confirmed that Ivy, Brittany, and McFadden were among those who were discovered, according to ABC4, but at this time, the 4 other victims have yet to be identified. Ivy and Brittany were last seen on, well, we know that they were his wife and stepkids, so, they're, you know, the wife that he had married, I guess somebody set up above, maybe in 2022, and they have stepkids. It is believed that the missing girls were staying at McFadden's home for a sleepover with his stepfather, according to Fox 23, with their stepfather, I should say. McFadden was due in court on May 1st to stand trial. Wait, so what is it? It is, what's that say again? Missing girls were staying at McFadden's home for a sleepover with his stepdaughter. Okay, that makes sense. I knew I misread that. COVID brain.
I appreciate your dedication and interaction with the chat. I'm so glad I've donated to a great cause.
Well, thank you, American Aid. That was very kind, very kind. I try to interact with chat, but I don't really get to sit there and read every comment. You know, that's the problem. You know, the super chats I read, I mean, that's really what the super chats are for. Like if somebody sends in a question or wants to make a comment that'll be read, you know, that's kind of where those come in. Other than that, you know, I can see some of them because they just kind of zip by, and I'm actually doing something on the show, you know. McFadden was due in court on May 1st to stand trial for allegedly eliciting child pornography. Oklahoma, what is an Amber Alert? Oklahoma residents received an Amber Alert notification on their phones stating that Ivy and Brittany were at risk and believed to be with a convicted sex offender. I wonder why they said that. Like, what made this time? I guess what it was is once they weren't found where they should have been found, when they went to serve the warrant to get him into court, that's when things became important, right? Like, oh my God, Jesus, they're gone, and this is a sex offender. Right? I'm just trying to read comments. Zozo's complaining again because I'm not reading all of her comments. Let's see. Yeah, I know, she sent links. I'm doing my show the way I want to do my show, though, everybody. You understand? This is what I don't like right here. I want to do my show the way I want to do it. When I'm done doing my links that I have, I'll come out and I'll look at the links that you sent in other places. Okay? Is that okay? All right, thank you. Yeah, no, up above she said, I give up. You know, listen, I'm sorry. I just want to go through the links that I have currently. And then when I'm done with that, I'll go up and read the links that people send. You don't need to get all worked up if I didn't see them right away. But what she'll do a lot of times is delete the links that she sent if I say what I just said. Yeah. All right, let's see. It says Amber Alerts are part of an emergency alert system that asks for the public for help in finding missing children. The system launched in 1996 when Dallas-Fort Worth broadcaster teamed up with, the Amber Alert, that's Amber Hagerman. We've covered that case. That's a crazy one. Yeah, I didn't say you were worked up. I'm just saying, can I get through the links that I have first? And then I'm more than happy. I've been waiting to go over to Facebook to go check them out. And in fact, that was the last article I was on right there. Okay? So now I'm going to go over there. And how much you want to bet? All right, let's see. Let me get over there. All right, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? What's that sound effect right there? All right, let's see. Here's one right here. She's gone. Father of teen found dead in Henryetta speaks out.
Travis, thank you. And the families of the two girls were holding out hope for the
Thank you
best.
for the links, everybody. Just let me get through the ones I'm working on now.
Has come true.
Our team coverage continues this afternoon with Caitlin Deggs. Caitlin, you spoke to Brittany Brewer's father. What do you know?
Yeah, I know. Listen, everybody. Listen, everybody. I appreciate when people send me links. I see that people are sending me links. I'll check those out when I'm done with what I'm doing. Do you understand? I get that people are just trying to help. But when you see people going, forget it, he doesn't see it, he doesn't see it, it makes it seem like you're getting frustrated that I'm not doing the links that you're sending me right at that moment. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's weird. Good, Zozo.
Well, Tatum, Brittany Brewer's father is devastated. She was found dead along with her friend, 14-year-old Webster. They were found dead along with McFadden and several others. The massive manhunt has been happening all day after Brittany went to spend the weekend with the McFadden family and was supposed to be home last night, but never arrived. Her father says she has spent the weekends with McFaddens in the past, going to McAllister to visit a ranch, and everything had always turned out well. He's still processing the news that his little girl is never coming home.
Brittany was an outgoing person. She was selected to be Miss Henryetta in the...
See, this is just so crazy in these shows right here. I'm just going to start blocking people. All right, let's see. Hide that one. Who else can I hide here? What else we got? I mean, you can't see how it's frustrating for me when everybody keeps wanting me to see that links are being sent. When I'm still doing the presentation that I had? How come nobody can see that part? It's weird. I mean, I was in a great mood until I started seeing people going, Gray, 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 Gray. What are you talking about, Tracy? Yeah, I said, when I get through the links that I have, I'll check those out.
Coming up in July for the Ms. National Miss pageant
Thank
in
you,
Oakland
Donna.
and Tulsa, and now she ain't gonna make it because she's dead. She's gone.
And Jesse McFadden was supposed to stand trial today in Muskogee County, where he was charged in 2017 with sexual communication with a teenage girl while he was in prison at the time. Live in Henryetta, Caitlin Deggs, Oklahoma's Own, News on 6.
Okay, that was one of the ones Zozo sent in. And then, let me go to the next one. Right, I'm just wanted to get through it in the order that I had it. I didn't want you guys to keep getting frustrated that I wasn't playing the exact ones. Let's see.
Some of the questions they've asked me today, I may have to refer you to another agency, especially when it comes to like positive identification of the victims, things like that. So I just want to get that out in the open right now. So if I'm vague,
That guy looks familiar. Who does he look like?
I have to go by. So anyway.
Jesus, he looks exactly like somebody.
Sure. Okay, the name is Gerald Davidson, Gerald Davidson. I'm the interim public information officer for the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation.
All right, and Gerald, what can you tell us about what happened here today?
Okay, what's going on here at the scene behind me is that there were 7 bodies found this afternoon by the District 25 Violent Crimes Task Force, and they were found on the property here at the scene.
And can you confirm what ages these bodies are?
No, I cannot confirm the ages. Again, that's really the medical examiner's responsibility to confirm the identity and things such as that.
Are you able to tell us the condition the bodies are in?
No, again, that's the medical examiner. They determine, cause and manner of death, so the conditions is something that's under their investigation.
Can you tell us about the weapon?
Excuse me?
What can you tell us about what happened?
Can't tell you much about what happened. Everything is still a very fluid investigation at this time.
Can you tell us if a weapon was recovered from the property?
Again, that's part of the investigation that's still ongoing, and that's not going to be discussed right now.
Do any of these victims have any connection to McFadden, the suspect?
Don't know. There's lots of assumptions, but I couldn't say that because, again, the identification has to come from the medical examiner.
Is there anybody you're looking for?
No, there are no suspects at large right now.
Can you say where you found the body?
What the hell's WebEx opening for?
They were on the property, on the land.
What are you guys doing now?
What are we
What
doing?
would your people be doing here now?
Well, there's people recovering information, as far as evidence goes, and just the course of the investigation. Because again, this is a very fluid investigation going on. So that's just what's going on right now.
Was there a note or anything left behind?
I don't know anything about a note. Don't know anything like that.
Could you be more detailed about exactly where on the land they were found?
Just on the property. That's about as detailed as we can get right now.
Is there any other information you can relay?
Not really, because one, we're not going to say anything that's going to jeopardize any investigation, and we're just it's going to be very vague on some things, and that's just the nature of what's going on right now.
Have you guys been in communication with loved ones?
They have been.
Can you say how long the bodies were there?
No, I cannot say how long they've been there.
Is the suspect on the body?
I can't say that either. Again, that's the medical examiner's responsibility to identify them.
Is this considered a homicide investigation?
It would be considered a homicide, yes.
Are you able to talk about the search and how you guys ended up at this property?
Well, no, that's on the Violent Crimes Task Force, or how?
Just what led your task force to get here to this property to find our victims?
I don't know. I'd have to get the information. I have to get back with
Thank
you
you,
on that.
Dan
Let
Hughes.
them to believe that.
Is this being investigated as a murder-suicide?
I can't comment on that. I don't know. There's 7 individuals who are deceased, and again, the manner and cause of death is up to the medical examiner to decide that.
Can you kind of recap what these 2 teenagers were doing over the weekend and kind of just their activities and how they ended up with that?
No, I can't comment on that. The source of that information would be whoever the agency that submitted the information on the Amber report that went out by the Highway Patrol. They're the ones who have to vet out, missing kids and stuff and decide, do they meet the criteria. So that would really be a question for that agency.
What's the OSBI's role?
The OSBI's role is simply to assist in the investigation. We have agents out here that do interviews, and also we have agents here that do crime scene investigations. So that's the 2 major roles that the OSBI conducts.
And who we interviewed in a situation like this?
We don't comment on who we're interviewing.
Can you just speak to the nature of this case and this possible crime? I mean, this is a very heavy situation.
Well, as far as the nature of the case, there's 7 individuals.
Thank
who
you,
died
Annie Leader
here
Hill
on this
Day and
property,
Eugenia.
and that's the nature of the case, to
And Dan
investigate, what happened, and try to identify any perpetrator, and just do that. I mean, that's with any investigation such as this.
How would you describe your feelings right now, or even OSBI, with how grave this all is?
Well, anytime someone loses their life, that's a serious situation. So that's about the best way to describe anybody's role in anything, is to say that it's something where somebody has lost a life.
Has McFadden had any criminal history, or has OSBI been aware of him before?
I couldn't comment on that. I don't know.
Will you be investigating if there was anything leading up to this, if there were any warning signs with McFadden?
Well, as far as warning signs, don't know about that. We'll just they'll be looking into every aspect of the investigation that's pertinent to the crime and everything. But as far as the tactics or strategy, couldn't comment on that.
Do you know when more details will be released about the victims?
Well, again, the biggest thing on the victims, I think you guys are interested in, are the identities, ages, things like that. So really, that information truly comes from the medical examiner.
Okay. Well,
will he be speaking to us at any point?
I have no idea. You'd have to contact the medical examiner on that one.
is
just a little unusual to have this many deceased. And we know McFadden and the 2 teens, but we don't know who the others are in relation to them.
Okay. Well, as far as the relation, I mean, there's a relationship somehow, but as far as discussing who is...
Yeah, this is a press conference that Zozo sent in. That's what I was looking for. The press conferences. But I just wanted to get through the links that I had first. Okay, guys? I didn't even know what... Like I said, I don't get to read everybody's comments as I'm going. I just got to do the show, you know?
What relation, that's not going to be discussed right this moment.
Will you be coming forward with any more information about the condition in which these bodies were found?
Well, again, we talk about the condition of the bodies. That's really the medical examiner and their investigation of the individuals.
A minute ago, you used the word perpetrator, but just to be clear, there's no one else being looked for at this point. There's no nothing outside this land right here that's you're not looking for someone.
Well, okay, I said perpetrator. Maybe I just need to stand corrected on that. Perpetrator or perpetrator, because there's still evidence being processed. So if it leads to anyone else, of course, those will be followed up on. So, not to say there's any more people involved, but just so to answer your question, I'll say perpetrator or perpetrators.
Well, I just want to be clear. There's no threat to the public. That's what the sheriff had said earlier.
Yeah, there is no threat to the community as we know it at this time.
What do you think the community of Henryetta...
Can you repeat that?
What does the community of Henryetta need to know most at this time from law enforcement concerning all of this?
Well, just like I said, there's no suspect at large that we are looking for right at this moment. So that's the most important thing, is that there's no one else out there that we're looking for at this time. So no threat to the community.
At this time, do you believe McFadden is the one who killed everyone?
Who did any part of this? That's again subject to the investigation. So we're a ways from having that completed. So there's no way to answer that question right now.
You don't have McFadden in custody, do you? Excuse me, you have McFadden in custody. Do you have McFadden in custody?
There's been no arrest in anything right now.
Thank you very much.
Anything else you think we should know?
There's nothing that could be talked about at this time.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Is that I can't really, I have these links that I'm reading, right? And I just want to get through those. And then after that, all the ones that people send, I'll go get those, right? And, so we're having now I have to sit here and have a discussion with Zozo again and everything. It gets really, I'm not feeling great myself, and I'm just not really, I'm not feeling good, I had COVID on the 13th, then it rebounded after Paxlovid, had it for 9 days, feel like crap. Now I've got a sinus infection, and I really, it's not, like I was interested to do this, but I think I'm too, like, it's easy to irritate me right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's easy to make me more irritable. It's been like 3 weeks of this thing, and it's just not really fun, Like it was interesting for me. It was to go out and find the sites and everything, but I'm just, I don't know, not feeling good. Don't fall for what, Daisy? I don't have COVID, right? I didn't have it, you mean? You always get these stupid idiots that show up from good old Reddit, man. They always show up. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, another troll. Bye-bye. No, thanks, Count, dude. Yeah, and, I apologize to Zozo for getting upset right there. I don't mean to, but what I don't like is that I feel like some people, if I'm not immediately going to links that they send. People keep typing it in the chat. I mean, I don't know if you guys notice or not, but somebody will say, "Great, I sent you a link." Then I'm still reading through the articles that I'm reading through. And then somebody goes, "Great, did you see the link? Somebody sent you a link." And then all of a sudden it becomes like this wave of people saying, "Great, did you see somebody sent you a link?" And I mean, I shouldn't care. Like, I shouldn't read the comments that people are making. But at the same time, I feel like I'm letting you down because I'm not quickly going to the links. But then it gets frustrating because I had what I wanted to read and just kind of work through it. Then I'll go do that and we'll just add to it. Like, for example, I didn't really hear a word of that press conference right there because I'm just sitting around going, God, you know, it's frustrating. Snug with a pug? I don't have a pug, unfortunately. Well, he gave me, I did Paxlovid first, you know. Now I'm going to get an antibiotic because my left nasal cavity has a bunch of shit in it. And it's, you know when you just tap your head and it hurts behind your eye socket? That's when you know you got sinus infection. For me, anyways. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate everybody sending me links, but like, do it on like my time. Like, say, hey, Greg, I found some links. And then when I'm done, I go, well, that's all I've got. They go, okay, and then boom, I'll go get those. And then we can go through all those. Does that make sense? It seems like it should, but it seems like it doesn't work for people. It should make sense, but it doesn't, though, you know. No, they didn't give me Z-Pack. It's some other, something like something cyclin or something. Doxycycline. Yeah, I'm trying to. It's not feeling great, and then it just gets so frustrating for me. But anyways, it's cool. Don't worry about it. I don't know what that means, LEV. We'll have to figure that out. I mean, I wish you guys could be in my shoes just for like one time to see what it's like, you know. It's weird, but I apologize when I don't sound nice and I raise my voice or something like that. I'm not wanting to. Okay, I think if I was feeling a hell of a lot better, I probably currently wouldn't be like that, but I'm just sort of really edgy. Yeah, I don't know how he got him there over to the water. I mean, maybe he's got some sort of pickup truck or something. I mean, there's a lot of crap on this property here. Looks like that's the house. There's no street view around in here. So, yell into the spirit box. What the hell's in the spirit box?
Yell into the spirit box, buddy.
Yeah, no updates on Madeline. None? Oh, really? Yeah. I checked on that the other day. Looked like there was a couple, I don't think so, Elizabeth. I'll be fine. Who cares if you got to go to the bathroom? No, I don't practice box breathing or meditation. No. What's box breathing? Put your head in the box and breathe? That'd be scary. Oh, yeah? No, no, and no. Yeah, I haven't done any of those. Square breathing? Never heard of it. Box breathe. What do you do when you box breathe? You're telling you want me to box breathe, but you're not saying what it is. Let's see. In for, oh, like that. Did you, Jizzwiz? Did you crack it? I doubt it. Let me hide you from the channel too. Good luck. Slowly exhale through your mouth, 4 seconds. Oh, so it's seconds. Okay. I do that when I go to sleep. I breathe in really deep, and then I breathe out. You picture a box while doing it. You picture a box while doing it. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. I don't know, but that's a good. I think I just need to go get my medicine. Four sideways, hold, 4 down, hold, 4 sideways again, hold. What? Yeah, I can type like 60 words a minute. Well, you picture a square in your mind and do what? Oh, you kind of just go around to each corner or something, or what? Each side in your mind or something? Yeah, maybe something like that. Let's see. Yeah, it's, well, if you missed the story, basically, let's just open, I can just repeat it. I'll just do it in a quick recap here. Then I gotta get out of here. I gotta get some, I gotta get something. Yeah. So a girl named Ivy Webster and her friend Brittany Brewer, 16, and Ivy Webster is 14, spent the night at a sleepover at a friend's house, whose father or stepfather is a registered sex offender. Apparently nobody knew that. Neither of the two girls knew that or not. And apparently they were supposed to go to some sort of a ranch somewhere and do some work. But the stepfather, that was on Sunday, but the stepfather was supposed to be in court today for, let's see, what was it? For soliciting child pornography on a cell phone that he illegally had in prison, and then sending the information, then sending nude pictures of himself, and he received nude pictures from her to a 16-year-old girl, and he was supposed to go on trial for that today, and he never showed up. So because he didn't show up, the police went looking for him on a warrant to bring him to the trial, and they weren't able to find him at the ranch or whatever. Then they go to the actual property that he lives on, and it turns out it's right here. I was able to locate it on a map right here, and there was a medical examiner truck. It looks like they were down in the creek over here, these bodies. So there was 7 bodies. Apparently he killed both of the girls, the 14 and the 16-year-old. Then he killed his new wife from 2022 and the friend that Brittany and Ivy were staying over with, and his 2 sons, and he killed himself. So it was 7 people all dead on the property. So my theory is that he probably was using his child sort of to have younger kids come over, and then he knew that he was going to go back to prison for a while, so he just made it like his last hurrah. Probably killed his family first, then the 2 girls after likely, maybe assaulting them first. I really can't imagine a reason why he'd need to kill any of the other people other than himself, but that's what he did. He killed them all. Huh? Were they all at the creek? We don't really know how they got to the creek or how any of that happened. That's just where the medical examiner truck was, right where I have it here. And if you look down here, there's a creek that kind of runs through, all around through here, and it looked like that's where they were looking. Huh? Well, his body needs to be found somewhere. Yeah, they found all 7 of them, yeah. Him, his wife, 3 kids, stepkids, and the 2 girls that... well, he didn't abduct them or anything. That's the thing. It's like they had gone over to that house multiple times, apparently. And they were, just sort of spending the night with a friend whose stepdad happens to be a sex offender. And so that's kind of where the story is. So it's not quite as like, oh, he went and abducted 2 girls and tricked them. They were staying... Now, we don't know the story of how they met the girl who they were spending the night with. That's for sure. Because it didn't look like any of the vehicles down there were his. I don't know what his vehicle looked like. Nope. Does anybody else have anything to offer? I think there might have been one more. Let me check to see. I think she had a... That wasn't it. Hold on. So I think this is the Holly McFadden, the wife. So these are the kids that, that's him right there in that picture. So maybe Holly's the wife, or is that the daughter, the older daughter? I thought her name was something different though when I looked at it. When we found it in that article. Not sure what she wrote on that. Hold on. Let me look. Yeah, I think she's the wife. Yeah, because it says licensed insurance sales agent at American. Okay, so that is that's the wife there. It's brutal. And I guess that's his Facebook page there. Doesn't have much on it, but and that's it. Right there. So, I guess there you have it, everybody. I'm still confused about the other two victims. I thought it was him. What's wrong with your brain? Ashy Snow. I just explained it. Listen, let me do it again. There was these two girls that live in another town. They went to visit one of McFadden's stepkids to have a sleepover, you know, like the one of the daughters, right? So one of the daughters, they just went over to have a sleepover there, and they've been there many times to sleep over with that one of McFadden's stepdaughters that's like, let's just say she's 16 years old. They went and spent the night there multiple times. They didn't know, apparently, that he was a sex offender. Obviously, I don't think anybody would want to go spend the night with. They didn't know that her father was a sex offender. So they went over there, and they were supposed to go to some ranch with their family to do some work on the ranch or whatever. But they never went to the ranch, and he had to be at trial for a 2017 charge in prison when he was soliciting child pornography from another kid. But he never went at the trial, so they went looking for him, and they found all 7 of their bodies dead on the property. Does that make sense?
Late fee. Just joining.
Yeah, he was going to go back to jail for sure. He's going to go to prison. Yeah, he was on trial right then. The trial was to start on the 1st. All right, there's no way in hell he wasn't going to go with already having a previous charge. I think almost certainly he would be going to prison again. But who knows, you know, maybe they would just would have let him walk. Don't you think? I mean, what are you referring to? Thank you, Caligal 3.
Sounds like a good case I missed.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're not saying he wasn't going to go back to jail. You're saying, I mean, you're just saying he wasn't going to allow himself to go back to prison again. I get it. I thought you were saying he wasn't going to go back to jail after his trial or something. I get it. I guess it's just how you put the inflection on there in my mind. Thank you, Caligal 3 and Travelin' Teresa. Well, how do you know what? I mean, the wife should have absolutely known, right? I mean, maybe she was just thought he was giving him another chance or something, and he sold her a bill of goods. I feel bad for everybody but him. Like, one thing I do think sucks, though, is the mother knowing. I mean, I'm 100% certain that she knew her husband's a sex offender. Knowing that, she shouldn't have allowed, well, first of all, her own kids. I mean, that's a problem there, but somebody else's. Like, you can take a risk with your own if you feel like it, right? But, don't allow some other kids to come over when that even makes it a higher likelihood that somebody like that's going to do something. Yeah, I have no idea why why he killed, it's just, I mean, the only idea I have is the theory that I came up with. That he did it, he's not going to go back to prison, he's not going to allow himself to be in there again, and he wanted one last hurrah. So he must have done something illegal to have killed all those other people, don't you think? What would be the point? So for me, it's he did something illegal. He likely killed his own family so they wouldn't see what he was going to be doing. Wrong place at the wrong time. Do you think the wife knew? Yeah, I think she'd have to have known that he was a sex offender. He probably was. Yeah, that was when I was younger. That was a long time ago. She didn't likely know about the other charge, though. I bet she had no idea about the 2017 and the one that he was about to go to trial for, and then the pictures would be shown on the screen of what he got and what he sent. It's probably too much for him. Well, I wouldn't say, I think she probably believed that maybe it wasn't going to happen. Like, he convinced her that he was different now. Like, he wasn't going to do that. Right? And by the way, everybody, just back to the other topic. I'm trying, I know that I've been way grumpier and shit lately. So I've been trying to not be like that, But it's just, that's the part that's hard, is when you're, I need everybody's help. It's like I just try to do my own show, and that's it, And I ask for links, but I want the links, and then right when I'm done, I can go do the links. I've got something I'm prepared to show you guys. So the thing is I know that I've been, not the greatest the last, month or so, maybe, more like 3 weeks. And, before that I was getting a little bit grumpy and stuff because maybe I've put too much emphasis on, trying to raise the funds for the channel so I can, keep doing what I'm doing, and for us to be able to support all the great charities we've been doing. So I think I put way too much pressure on myself for that stuff. And then I know that's something that bothers a lot of people based on the poll, the poll that we did. Or not a poll, the survey that Danielle set up. But I appreciate everybody, you know, when you send me links and stuff. I know you're just trying to help out and all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know, my brain is just sort of wired like I got to get through what I'm doing right now, because there's been so many times where I get thrown off track and completely have no idea where I was or what direction I'm going when I stop and go do something else. So if I can get through what I'm doing, people in the chat, you don't need to type in, great, did you, look at, somebody sent you, great, look at, check it out, somebody sent you a link. Okay, I generally I can see them, but a better thing is like at the very end when I go, well, that's all I got, you could go, hey, look at, people send you links. That would be awesome. Then I just go check the links out, and then we just go and start going through those too. So that's how I need it to be done. But when I see people in the chat getting really really antsy about it, it makes me nervous, because then I feel like I'm not doing something that you want me to be doing. And everybody, you see 3 or 4 and then 5 people saying, great, did you see it? You know, like I guess if somebody comes into the chat that's a family member or something, great, there's a family member in here. That makes sense, right? Where then I can stop and then we can chat or something. Yeah. But anyways.
I'm here for the cases. Ocean Wave, Europe.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you, True Blue. I'm here for the cases. You rock. Thanks. And Caligal 3. Right. So I do appreciate the links. All I can say is I'll try to do better. You know, that's it. The freaks will always understand and have your back, but thanks for venting. Yeah, well, I'm not trying to vent. I'm trying to, you know, basically I'm apologizing too. You know, like I know that I haven't been the most fun, and you guys are here, and you know, some people I take it out on more because they're the ones that are creating the sort of the stuff that, you know, it's not really their fault or anything. It's just, it is what it is. You know, I don't really know how to explain it. You know, like Cindy's comments sometimes, right? You know, I think she intentionally, though, you can tell she has these little things going on. But, you know, I shouldn't raise my voice or anything like that.
Always understand and have your back, but thanks for venting.
Nah, I'm not trying to. Yeah, I mean, I think, like, you know, Zozo's a really cool person. Like, we communicate and stuff like that. And she's funny and all that. It's, you know, sometimes in the chat, though, that's where it gets sort of like a lot of you see what she types in and then start going, great, did you see this? And then, you know, it just kind of keeps going. So that's where it gets sort of like, I don't know. I don't really know how to work around that. The only way to do it is just if you don't look at the chat, you know. You know what I'm saying? I think all of you guys are, you know, awesome. You know, that's all I can say. You guys are here watching, you know, even when I have my train wreck shows, you guys are here watching and supporting, and you know, I'm just a human being just like everybody else. Sometimes it gets pretty stressful, though. You know, sometimes I know, like, here's a situation for tonight. Like, I already knew about this story, right? And I got a couple articles, and then I had a 3:25 doctor's appointment right down the street, like literally a 2-minute drive. I should have been out of there, you know, probably no later than 4 o'clock, really. I mean, but instead, the doctor never came to the room until 4:30. And then they come out, then at 4:30 they go, yeah. Then I'm finally out of there at 4:45, and they send in a prescription. So I waited till about, then I go home and start looking up some articles. Then at 5:30 I drive over there, and they go, yeah, we can have them done in an hour. And I go, oh shit, well my show's starting. So then I drive all the way home, and then I do the show, and it's just, I didn't have a lot of time to get every single thing, but I found, as much as I could there. Most of those articles that I had all the major information in there, including that it was a friend. They even had the name of the friend, and there's 2 brothers. So the stepkids are a girl that's probably, 15, 16, 2 brothers. They were all killed. Their mom was killed. Then the 2 friends of the 15, 16-year-old girl were both killed. They were the 2 girls that reported missing earlier. And then he killed himself. So he killed 6 people and then himself. I would just say 6 people were killed and a barbarian. No, and everybody cares, and they're all trying to help out. And I think it's rude of me to bark out stuff at people, like Zozo says something, I'll go Zozo, and then, it's not nice. It sucks, That's all I can say. I really don't have anything else to say about it. And I always feel bad. It makes me feel shitty a little bit later, but it's that's how I felt right at the time, So I guess I don't really have a filter, but it just is what it is, So it's rude of me to sound like that when people are just trying to help. Okay? I can be honest. You need to relax or you won't get better. Well, I'm a little bit relaxed. I'm just chilling out right now with the freaks. Look at Blue over there. He's just been curling up in this little ball all the time. Yeah, that does get frustrating, Kimberly, and because at that point I'm thinking, God, does the whole chat want me to stop the show and go read one of the links? That's what I feel like. But I mean, that's just my perception. It doesn't have to be. I'm not sure where Chloe is. Don't make me come to Portland, Gray. Go get Go get rest, my friend. Well, have most people got the notebooks? The blue notebooks? I sent a match with the one I sent Zozo, so she can just burn it up later. Let's see. It wouldn't shock me a bit. Oh yeah, you got the stress ball. You got the pen too, right, Danielle? The one that you twist. Yeah, like the ones that for some reason, other ones I send to Australia, you get there pretty quick. But the one, when I sent her one another time, it goes on a ship. I mean, it went on a ship or something from Hawaii to...
We all love you, Grant. You're my boy.
Yeah, it looked just like that one. Thanks, Jim Lawn. Yeah, it goes on a ship or something, and then when it got there, it drove around on the continent for 2 weeks, it seemed. It was ridiculous. Yeah, notebook, pen, and stress ball. Some people don't have the 2 paw print stamps on the front, so I didn't really even think of doing that until later. It was kind of a risk. I go, is this going to look okay? Oh, it'll look kind of cool. But they all have Blue's paw print inside. And I didn't get mine yet, but I hope the stress ball doesn't have smaller balls in it, or my son will have... No, it doesn't have smaller ones in it. Yeah, I don't know. Blue, how you doing, buddy? Wait, is that even... Yeah, that's alive. Blue! Okay. Let's see. How about you guys just fire out some questions? I'll answer them. You know? Or how about this? How about give me a couple minutes and I'm going to go. You can fire in the questions and I'm going to go get the my first dose down. Okay? So hold on a second.
Puppy snack wave.
Yeah, apparently you can't go out in the sun with it or something like that. I don't know. I don't know about. I might go to CrimeCon. I don't know. It's just so freaking far away for me. It's 3,000 miles, like as far away as you could. Oh wait. So up above it said, "What was your favorite case?" I don't know. I don't know what that means. You know. Is that what the one that you want solved the most, or the one that was most interesting and complex? You know, I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. I mean, the Delphi one's the one I want. Well, it's solved. It sounds like. I think it is. I mean, I'm 100% convinced that Richard Allen is the guy on the bridge. I'm just interested to see all the different interconnected parts. Let's see. Let's see. Georgina, really? Oh man, that's not a question. What drives your curiosity? It's kind of like a puzzle. They want to put together and see if you... I mean, I think this channel here, when we've taking live cases that are ongoing, we're probably the most accurate of any of the ones out there because we don't do the sensationalistic make up stuff for views type of stuff.
Blazers fan, have a college team.
Now let's see. Yes, I've always been a Blazers fan. Let me see. I missed some down here. Hold on a second. Which is the most disturbing case that you've covered? Oh man. Jeez. Probably the Ed Kemper series. You know, that guy's an absolute nut job. There was probably more out there, like the disturbing ones. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's been so many cases, it's hard to just kind of think of one right off the bat. Always been a Blazer fan. Well, I've been a Blazer fan since the year they won the championship. I was like 13 years old. And I was, wow. I mean, I just love. And then after that, I listened to every single game on the radio. And I actually, an album came out, a record of the championship series that had the play-by-play by Bill Schonley. He just died a few weeks back. Play-by-play of the of all the games, you know, but they edited it. Obviously, can't have every bit of it. So I memorized that album, and I used to do it back and forth. You know, I'd be 198 Portland by 2. They got the ball. 35 seconds to go. Calhoun on the inbound play to get the Bobby Gross right in front of us. Bobby takes a look. Hands back to Lionel Hollins. They're playing the clock, and I would just do the whole thing. Ding, 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 ding. And then I don't know, like 15, maybe 12 years ago or something, 10 years ago, the Comcast played these old playoff games, and they played a bunch of those games, and I recorded them, and then I put the audio. I found the actual audio portions to the games, and then made a little video for people to watch. It was pretty sweet. But I've been a huge Blazer fan since forever, since when I was 13 years old. So that's a lot of years there. Yeah. Let's see. Well, I think the Delphi case is solved, so I don't know what the next one would be. Let's see. Probably after the show's over, I'm going to make this one available for the, I don't know, maybe I'll have to put it on for members only, and then because I have to remove some shots off the screen, apparently. All right, where are we at up here? Have you ever met anyone famous? Well, I met Barbara Bush, or not Barbara, yeah, Laura Bush. That's pretty famous. Met a bunch of Portland Trailblazers in my life. I've met, you know, at CrimeCon, you meet some of the famous people that you see on TV and stuff like that. Well, thanks, Zooey143. Yeah, try to be. I think one of the, you know what's weird is one of the more interesting cases that we've covered was that Malvina Krutz case from like 1958 or something. That was a 3-parter, but it was just so crazy, all the little details they had. Plus, one of their family members just got a hold of me recently. And they were saying, hey, there's more information about the dad. See, Jeff, that's one of those frustrating type comments up there. I think Arvydas Sabonis is the best, one of the top 2 or 3 basketball players ever to play basketball. Everybody says that saw him play when he was, 24 years old, before he was injured. But when he came to the NBA, he was basically about 60%, and he was still awesome. I mean, he was just incredible. So he was... let's see. My favorite Portland Trailblazer ever, though, was Jerome Kersey. And that guy was heart and soul of every team and played his ass off every second of every game. I don't know. Why would the Mendez brothers be released? I'm not going to talk about my wife like that on here. Ask me questions about me. I don't like to get them involved in there. This account said, "Who's your favorite freak?" God, who the hell would answer a question like that? You guys want me to have that bad of a day to answer questions like that? Who's your favorite freak? Jesus. Are they, I don't know. They must have felt like they released them because they didn't have the right people in there. I don't really know that case very well, though, so I can't really... I might have been to New Jersey when I went to Brooklyn. I don't know if that's where the airport was, or I can't remember. What would make the best movie? See, I guess the best movie would be the one that you would already think is interesting, right? I mean, you could say that the Laurie and Chad Daybell, but I don't even think that's a good movie. It's a shitty movie. The whole time you're watching it, you're saying to yourself, who the hell would say these things? Holly is my niece, and she was married to Jesse. Yeah, of course she's a victim. I said that. Yeah. I bet, did she know that he was a sex offender? D. Lynn? Yeah, that is if you really are who you said you are. Who do you think was Zodiac Killer? Oh, a guy named Bob Smith. Donna. Who the hell knows, man? If I knew who the Zodiac Killer is, I would be famous, right? Yeah, I watched Mindhunter. I thought it was a really cool show. Really good. Kind of give you insight on maybe how the behavioral analysis unit worked. Well, I don't need you to share proof and facts, but you look like you're pretty young. Although your picture's really small, so I can't tell. So, if she knew that information, was he able to convince her that he had changed or something? D. Lynn? Oh, you watched that one, Lillian? Yeah, it's pretty good, right? I hope they do a third season. I'm kind of shocked that they haven't put one out earlier. I've been watching the Diplomat with the same lady that's in The Americans, the Russian spies. The Diplomat's really good. She's that actress is just something else. You know what? One of my favorite comedic movies is What About Bob? That is my kind of humor right there, man. That is just so It's hilarious. You got to see What About Bob with Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss. I mean, that's awesome. You know what? You know what it is? You know how Richard Dreyfuss' character is? That's how I feel like in chat. I see everybody else. You guys are all Bill Murrays, and I'm starting off. I'm reasonable. I'm doing my show, and then you guys start doing the Bill Murray stuff. And then I start going, yeah, and I get like agita and my head spinning around. And yeah, I think it's just a hilarious movie. Yeah, but I misunderstand chat all the time. That's the thing. I probably misunderstood it tonight. That's just the perception I had was everybody wanted to get moving on to some links. I'm so Dreyfuss. Awesome. Well, maybe you can explain it, Ashy Snow. Because there were people saying, Gray, there's links, right? I love What About Bob, so funny. My son was about 10 when he watched, and he coined the term psychotherapist to explain Bob. Yeah, it's a patient. He sort of really likes the, like almost too comfortable. Then he ends up going over there, and then he ends up sort of moving in with the family, becoming one of the kids almost, and taking all of the Richard Dreyfuss psychology. He wrote a book, and he was kind of like moving in on all of his stuff. So eventually he tries to take him out. He literally takes him into the woods to blow him up with dynamite and stuff. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. And then it ends up blowing up their entire house. Yeah. Yep, Baby Steps, yeah. That's one of my favorite comedic movies. I think one of the movies that's, I would say, is one of the most romantic ones that I've ever watched is Serendipity with Cusack and I can't remember the lady that played the other part, but plays the main part. But that one's pretty good. It's just. I need a, yep. I am surrounded by Bobs. Gimme. I ignore you, Renee? Is that what you're saying? Man, you guys. Never saw that one. Yeah, Serendipity is great. No, you got to check that one out. Zozo, I count on you for the links. I apologize for the way I sounded, and I have sounded to you. I'm trying my best to, but I think I'm going to get through the storm, okay? I'll get through the storm. Romancing the Stone. What was the other one that Cusack was in? That's a pretty good one too, actually. Where he goes off to school, he goes to college, he meets that girl. He writes like a poem in school. It's really good. Actually, they went on a road trip and she was like fuddy-duddy, and he got her to drink beer and stuff like that. Yeah, Cusack, at one point he was just, every movie he was in was awesome, right? Yeah. I think I almost remembered it was called, yeah, Sure Thing. There you go. With Billy Giuliani said it. It was popping into my head. The Sure Thing. He had this Sure Thing that was like a stripper at a party, but he had met this girl on a trip to get to the party that he absolutely thought was amazing. And so he didn't even sleep with that girl, but she thought he had. And then when he went back, you know, it's just a kind of a, it's a good one. Yeah, it's one of those ones that every time it's on, it's pretty good. Lovely Bones. I don't know if I saw that one. Wasn't that a Lovely Bone? It feels like I have. Yeah, that one's... What was the one with Cameron, the blonde, you know, where they switch houses? You know, one goes to England, the other one... That one's pretty good, too. Love Actually, maybe? Is that what it's called? Or hell, I don't know. I don't... Yeah, so everybody hit that like button. People love that movie. It is pretty good. Because it's authentic the way they portray it. That's why people like it. It's not, the acting is good. Acting is great when you don't realize that people are acting. You ever watch movies from the 20s? It's so stupid. I love you so much, honey. Let's go have some fun tonight. Yeah, well, people don't really talk like that. Yeah, what was the... Yeah, there's, you know what's weird is there's movies out there that you wouldn't think people would even like, but people like them because they're just sort of good. You know, even though you go, oh God, you know. Like, for example, Legally Blonde, the first one, you would think, oh, this is going to be the most ludicrous movie ever, but it's sort of funny and, you know, you watch it. You keep watching every time it's on. You watch it. I like old school. That's hilarious. You know, I mean, who's here has watched Legally Blonde and were surprised? Like, oh, that was actually pretty good. It was funny. Let's see. I think even Zozo has watched that one. Watch, she'll type in, find your links yourself. I got her figured out. The Office Space was hilarious. Link Off? Is that a movie? Wait, I was going to read up with Renee what she said back to my... She liked Legally Blonde. If I was the one that ignored her comments. Oh, you guys are way behind here. No, but I saw Booty Call, Danielle. I thought that was a funny as hell movie myself. Huh? What are you talking about, Daphne? Who are you? Let's see. Everyone needs to go see Reinfeld. Breaking Bad, so good. Yeah, I never watched that one. I might one of these days though, just because of what everybody else says. God, look at Chloe over there. Good Lord, she just got a bath, or maybe just her toothbrush. I don't know. Did she get a bath? Yeah. She got a bath. Look at. Oh man, hold on. This is like a rag bouncing around. That's when you hope Blue isn't anywhere around. He'll get screwed. They're still there, laying us. Yeah. Chickens cackling every morning. Did I get a blow dry? I don't know what that means. Acting was superb in that show. Yeah. I know the people in it are good actors. Don't you guys think the word actor should be for everybody? You know, one who acts, an actor. I forget the word actress, or there's no reason to, it's just one who acts, an actor. Oh, are you an actor? Yeah. Oh, okay, I thought you were an actress. I mean, who cares, right? I don't watch reality TV. I don't have time for that. To watch somebody else's life. I never saw The Sopranos either. I watched other series. You only have limited time to watch some of that stuff. Oh, I watched Weeds a long time ago. That was pretty good. That's not a good example, Marlene. Yeah. I think like the word server, instead of saying waiter and waitress, server, right? Boom. You know, there's really no reason why. I mean, a waiter should be anybody as well. It's just one who waits. A waiter. It doesn't. There's no gender assigned at all to waiter, right? The word waiter. So I'm wondering why that just can't be it, instead of having these weird, all these other classifications. Yeah. Now, what about the one? Remember Weekend at Bernie's? That was pretty funny. I also like Zombieland. That's pretty good.
What the hell is a gigawatt?
That's from Marty McFly. What happened to Marty McFly? I think he got out of here. That's right. There was something he didn't like one time. Oh yeah, Airplane. See, Airplane today would never make it onto television. There's no way in hell the PC crowds would ever allow that one on there. It's true, right? Everybody, think back what was in the movie. Oop, there goes my stomach. No way I could make it. I don't know, maybe Gummo's not here tonight. Okay, what's your most favorite action movie in here, you guys? One that you just go. I mean, Top Gun is pretty sweet, right? But anyways, go ahead and the second one was good. I've watched that one twice now. The second one, yeah, Terminator's awesome. Yeah, there's people that don't like action movies, like KK. Yep, Die Hard is awesome. Yep. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Secret Life of Bees. Look, at almost any movie that has Keanu Reeves can't be one of the best, you know. Maybe Matrix is pretty good, but if you think about it, I mean, he was in Point Break, right? Keanu Reeves. And this is how good of an actor he was in that one. I am an FBI agent. You're going down. I mean, it's just he's so bad, but he's good at it. You know, it's funny. He's shitty. I mean, he's not really a great actor at all, but you know, the movies they're in are pretty good. You know, you're just. Oh yeah, Taken's sweet. Yeah, I love that one. The original one. You're going to be taken. Right? Say into the phone every detail that you can. Remember that part? Oh God. He's such a badass too, man, in those movies. Plan 9. I think I've seen that one. Yeah. Yeah, Taken is really good in it. It's just the whole thing is. You know, one of the best movies just ever though is the, you know, from just start to finish. You'd probably have to say, you know, you got to put Shawshank Redemption right up there. Even though I don't like Tim Robbins or any of that crap, but just the whole movie. It's a long movie, but just really pretty amazing. Take It reminds me of Steve. Oh, really? Wow. Steve Gonzalez and you. Wow, what reminds me of me? What did I do? Was I one of the ones that was taken? One of the shitty guys on the side? Oh, that's right. Yeah, if somebody took Chloe or Chris, man, maybe I would turn into one of those people. Yeah, I would go figure it out, and Gonzalez would go beat the person up. There you go. I get what you're saying. That's a book, isn't it? Of Mice and Men. We had to read that in high school with Lenny. Oh, The Jerk was pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I watched Dirty Harry, the first one, recently, not too long ago. What about you, Zozo? What's your favorite book? What's your favorite movie? I know she's out there. Ah, there you go. There you go. See? I knew it. None of your business. Seriously, what's your favorite romantic comedy? None of your business, Gray. Hey, I gotta tell you, the show that you guys all have to go watch though is Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone. I think it's really good. It's weird. Who would have thought that would be good? I mean, it's so weird. It looks like a show that would just suck, but it's not. It doesn't suck at all. It's like Dana Delaney, I think, is even in that. Yeah, I'm not sure. What do you mean, Simple Life Days? I didn't say she was. Has anyone seen Nefarious? Is that a movie or my website? Hey, another Lillian is here. A Lillian T. Something about Mary's. I don't think I saw Big Daddy. Catch Me If You Can. I think I've seen that. Don't remember it. Fried green tomatoes. Yep. What's the one with? Oh, that one is called. Oh shit. 12 Monkeys? Isn't that the one with he was in the Wait, what actor did you say? I missed it. What movie was... Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio was... Oh, that's Catch Me If You Can. What was the one that set in an asylum? I lost that one. Oh, yeah, that's not the one I was just talking about. Leonardo DiCaprio. Well, there was Gilbert Grape, where he was, like, autistic or something. I don't remember that. Yeah, the best B movie ever made was Evil Dead 2, and funny as hell. Well, there's Gummo right there, everybody. Uh-oh. What? There's Chloe again. Any movie with Sean Penn is a B movie, yeah. Yeah, I think I've been watching those Reacher ones on, I don't know if it was Netflix or wherever that was, the movies. The show, I mean. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Con Air, that's a pretty good action movie. Really good in The Rock. That's one of my favorites. I like Zombie Land, Gen H. There aren't really a lot of zombie movies out there. The Koreans have some really good ones, shows too. There's some really great Korean shows that are on Netflix that are on like zombies. I mean, it's like way awesome. Their special effects and everything. So they're creating a second season for the one called like we're alive or something. I don't know. I can't remember. I would remember the name, except there's another show that just came out called The Last of Us that is eating up my brain space that held the name of the show that the Koreans were. When I was a kid, I did. I was pretty good at chess when I was a little kid, until I went to this school and this guy beat me in 4 moves because I didn't know all the little tricks or whatever. And then I said, "Oh, I suck." Here, let me see if I can get the name of this one. Oh yeah, it's called All of Us. All right, look. All of Us Are Dead. Okay, go watch it. It's the show on Netflix called All of Us Are Dead, and it's it's actually really good. It's as good as The Walking Dead or anything, but it's called All of Us Are Dead. I'm sure it's not what they call it in Korea, but you know, they actually made it for Netflix. That's one of their originals, and it's good. I would check it out if I were you. It has you don't have to read the subtitles or anything. It actually has, they put a voice in there, so you can just watch it like you were watching a regular show. Well, if you like Walking Dead or those types of movie shows, it's good. But it's good because there's you care about the people, and there's a story going on. It's not just, ooh, let's start killing zombies, right? So again, it's called All of Us Are Dead. Yeah, you should. Watch 2 episodes and you'll be, boom. You gotta watch them all. Apparently they're gonna have a 2nd season here. Let's see. Although the show's Veracity fans finally inspired a season 2 renewal, it is unlikely we'll see a new episode until at least late 2023. Presuming filming. I mean, this is one of the first shows that you see that Koreans make that there's a 2nd season. Usually they just do 1 and kind of move on. That's what 8675 or Jenny Penny told me. Let's see. I didn't really have any posters when I was a kid. Now, the worst movie I ever saw was Rambo: Last Blood. It is literally, me and my wife went to the theater. I think there was 3 other people in there. This is during COVID, though. And we go in there, and it literally is the worst movie that's ever been made in the history of the planet. It is, they have this, he has a niece or something, and she gets abducted, and we don't give a shit about the niece because there's never any time where we start going, oh wow, apparently she's killed. Then he turns his house into a fortress. These people start coming over to attack him, and he kills each one of them in the most ridiculous ways known to man. And it's just this really crazy. No, Omega Man was awesome, PJ. Right? The original one, the one that I think I Am Legend, that's the one that Will Smith does, that's the copy of that. But yeah, the one Omega Man was amazing. And then also Soylent Green with Charlton Heston, where people start, there's very little regular food for anybody. You almost have to get a black market to have a little piece of a steak. And it turns out that people all around that are living eat these little chips. And Charlton Heston finds out that they're actually people. When people get old, they go to these places where they get to see beautiful visions in their minds and sounds, and then they die, and then they're put into a factory and turned into food into little potato chips called Soylent Green. And Charlton Heston's famous line in that movie is, People are eating people. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I've been up to it now. So what happened at the end of the today's trial? I missed that part. You guys were like, "Oh, you missed the fireworks." What was it? Of course I did, by the way. I leave for 10 minutes, and it actually went all the way up till 5 o'clock today. That's right, it's Soylent Green is people, not people are eating people. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to go back and watch it, so you can say it, Cindy, if you want to. What video? This one? What video, Ashy Snow? I don't know what that means. She had so many crazy Google searches. Is that what it was? Okay. Yeah, the Murdoch trial was entertaining. The Letitia Stout one, just because of the way it's filmed and it's kind of blurry, you never really get a crisp shot of anybody. It's just kind of, Oh, okay. All right, so it's in the comment section. All right, we'll check that out. How to find a foreigner willing to take blame for a murder. Oh, really? Maria? Wow. So it's one of her personalities that she's going to blame the murder on. How do I get my other personality to take credit for the murder and not me? Let's see. I wish we could see Lori Dumbbells. Yeah. I think that one, it might be interesting. I don't know, though. It seems kind of dry regardless, the way they talk. If you could see the images of crime scenes and pictures and stuff, yeah, but... That's why Jodi Arias was really interesting, because it wouldn't matter if they were talking about nothing. It was the way they were made it entertaining. It's like they all had these really strong personalities. Everybody's blasting back and forth. Yeah. What? I have a theory that she's playing Maria on the day. Yeah, well, that's what we were saying already. This account. We said that like 20 times during the live stream. Yeah, maybe Chad's will be. Maybe that's why they didn't televise this one, so that one could be. Yeah, we saw some of those searches. They're in the warrant that we read. But obviously some weren't. We also saw surveillance today that hadn't been released before either. What's that comment? I don't know about you all, but at least you... Yeah, I didn't like that, where Mr. Cook, the low steam guy, was just over there yucking up a storm with Letitia during, like, literally testimony going on. And they were laughing, and they just seemed like they really, really liked each other. It was pretty bizarre, Gotta be honest. Yeah, so tomorrow should be pretty entertaining, because it's just going to start being, character witnesses, people that know her and can claim that they heard another personality, and then they're going to bring on an expert. See, first what they're going to have to do is lay down times. This is what I would think. Well, first you might bring on a first witness to lay down some criteria of what they think Letitia is and whatnot. Then you start bringing up people and examples of things where it appears that she has another personality at work. Then after she does that, you bring in the hired gun, the big time psychologist that goes through all of those points and claims factually that those things directly point to her having dissociative identity, you know, that bull crap. You want to see how that works? Watch. For just a second, I got it. There we go. There we go. I had to blow my nose there. I had about 6 pounds of snot up in my nose. Oh, gross, Gray. That's TMI. Yeah, there's Blue now. He's doing something similar. See? Look at all that energy he has right here. He usually has a ton of energy after he gets a bath, though. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they play and run around. Is she going to be on tomorrow? That lady? Sincerely, Katie? I did, Zozo. It went flying out my nose. It was weird. How are you doing? You're the most terrific person on the planet. You are awesome. But you're yeah, look at. So here's Zozo for you guys, right? She has her own business. And, you know, just like with guys, you know, like a guy-run industry. And just absolutely, you know, kicks ass doing it. And, you know, keeps expanding. And she doesn't, you know, like when you, that's why it was so hilarious when she came in there and made the little scowling face when she didn't win the spin for a mug. And I knew she was just goofing around. But people would literally go, oh, God, I feel so bad. And they'd send me emails saying, hey, Gray, if I win, can you give my win to Zozo? And I was like, dude, she doesn't need your help, man. She doesn't need your help. You can tell it right in here, right? She rips me a new one. All the time. Okay? But don't you think that's hilarious, though? You guys are sending me, Gray, you know, almost as if she was just like really struggling and could just barely make ends meet and just wanted to have a notebook or a mug or something. And man, but I think it was cool that you guys would, you know, that you cared enough to do that. But at the same time, I'm like, you guys, listen. Yeah, she's always there for everybody. Zozo is. I mean, like if you have a, you know, she's always, you know, she'll let you know what she thinks, which is, you know, despite what you might think. So she'll be honest with her opinions about how she feels about something. And that's not a really common thing, right? And I was appreciative of the, what do you call it, the survey that we did, you know, that there was a lot of people that don't like certain things and blah, 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 blah. You know, so I was reading through those and I was trying to, you know, see what I can do about doing those things. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Danielle. No, she didn't curse anybody out. That was for a whole different reason that got removed. That was the one where I think I accidentally put out the there was like people's names from PayPal on it. Yeah, that's you got that wrong, Danielle. I wouldn't put you as one of them, Cindy. Let's see. I think it's fun. It's fun, kind of just hang out like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, you can wink all you want. You got it wrong, though. How you know. Plus, you got to work on how you word stuff up there. I erased it. No. Let's see. No, I would throw you in that one, Cindy J. I mean, if you can put up with me, but come on, Cindy, be honest. Don't you intentionally try to like get under my skin? Come on, be honest. I see your little side comments like ha 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 ha. I know you do. Yeah, see, there you go. I haven't seen you say it, but there you go. Boom. So when people out there go, "God, Gray, did you hear the way Gray?" Well, that's why, right there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I saw that they found. Look at, they found Lori's hair on the duct tape on JJ's body. Does that even? The defense it has such an easy time explaining that. That doesn't mean, I don't even think, I really don't think that Lori was anywhere around when that part when JJ, I just think she's part of the conspiracy to kill JJ. He wears these pajamas, long hair like Lori's is all over the place. It could, a strand or 2, 3, 4 could easily be stuck on JJ's pajamas. And then when you put the duct tape around, then it gets onto the duct tape, right? Now, if the duct tape is on a layer that doesn't touch the pajamas, then I would say, oh, okay, well, there you go. Like if there was an outer layer of duct tape that was around a piece of plastic, that would mean something. But what I just said is reality. That's such an easy thing for somebody to explain. And for those of you who have long hair, don't you end up sometimes having a bowl of pudding and you eat one of your hairs in it? Your hairs are everywhere, man. Right, look at it. It's funny because not that Nikki just said the exact same thing. Thank you, Traveling Teresa. You know what's funny is I use this computer, the other computer, to stream live, and yet I sit over there the whole day, most of the day, because I'm having to pay attention. So I'm thinking, why the hell? Well, I think it's just better. It's easier to do it that way. Oh yeah, you're having fun? Yep, I hate that, Gray. I just got a haircut tonight. Well, there you go, Gummo. I'm never really sure what. I always thought Gummo. I thought Gummo was a guy, and then Gummo ends up being. I think you're a female, right? It's such a neutral name. I don't know what Gummo is. Half the time. Oh, Tracy. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Let's see. First, but it's a man. Oh, yeah. Okay, it was the other way around. So you're a guy, right? Because I was just talking about how a guy's hair gets stuck in pudding, and then you comment, I can't stand it today. That's why I went and got a haircut. I think you're tricking us, Gummo. Yeah, I'm gonna almost time out Tracy up there. Just one after the other. Ah, I've got it. She's almost like one of the Reddit crew. Let's see, what do we got here? I couldn't follow the show near as well. Will do, Tracy. Will do. Yeah, she's just trying to instigate up there. So I'm gonna have to do that. Alright. Alright, there we go. Gotta put the instigators on timeout, regardless of what level you're at. Let's see. Never seen the movie. Sorry, this was a nickname given to me when I was younger by my best friend's mom. Let's see. What's that one up there? I couldn't follow the show. Before, yeah, I thought we had a girl, but he's a man. Huh? Yeah, either one. Gummo's good, right? I mean, like favorite, like a soft drink? I don't know. I like McDonald's Coke. Yeah, somehow their Coke tastes different than the Coke that you get in the store. I don't know why, but... Yeah. Hey, it's refreshing. What, the McDonald's Coke? No, I haven't had McDonald's frozen Sprite. Is it good? I don't know what you mean. Man, I don't know how the people do the shows where they just sit here and read the comments, because half of them, they're half sentences. So you kind of wonder what you're supposed to say. And blow. It didn't seem really that funny because it just kept going over and over. Well, I was just being funny too, though, Zoza. That's the thing. That's what my reply was. She said, "Go ahead." So I go, "Oh yeah," because remember how you've always said you want to be timed out. I was just playing by your jokes. But yeah, Zozo doesn't need anybody's help. Everybody. Right. Usually when they're referring to something else, but like you guys can sit there and read and do the whole conversation with everybody, right? I don't get to do that. So if there's something that you need me to respond to, make sure you type in a full sentence. Like here's one of the worst things in the world, I'll say. Man, today's case was absolutely crazy. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that the guy was involved that was in the car? And then 30 seconds later or maybe 2 minutes, somebody's on rewind a little bit. They say, yes. That's all they type in. Yes. But I've already gone on for 2 more minutes talking about something else. And so how do I know that the yes that they typed in has anything to do with what I said? See, that's where it gets complicated. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Will Lori be convicted? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lori's going to get convicted. But the defense hasn't put up their case yet, so they're going to just say that while Lori, sure, she believed in all these things. She, tried to convince other people that these things are real. She didn't realize that Alex was going to go so crazy and actually do it. But it's a completely bogus argument when you consider that 2 other people were shot at, and they tried to convince Alex that all of these other people were zombies, and he needs to protect Lori, so he needs to kill all those people. Right? I have to get snack. Which movie was Blow, anyways? Isn't that the one with God, who the hell's in that one? Isn't Travolta in that one or something? Yeah, hell, I can't remember. Oh yeah, Johnny Depp. That's right, Johnny Depp. That's right. He's like a drug dealer or something like that. I do like those Wendy's Frosties, Danielle. Those are good. Oh yeah, what do you guys think of that movie? Goodfellas. That one is... that one's pretty good. That's a good one. With Ray Liotta. Is he still alive? I thought he died or something kind of recently. I don't know. My brain is... No, he did pass away. Okay. Huh. What happened to him? He was just doing some shows, too. Yeah, he died this year. I thought that I heard that. I wasn't sure if I remembered correctly, though. Oh, really? What? My biological father died in his sleep. But he was, he was an artist, but he was a chain smoker. I mean, he had, like, those 5-gallon buckets that, you see with the handles on them? Like, he had those filled up to the brim with cigarette butts. I mean, I think air made him high. Like when he was sleeping, he felt like he was stoned out of his mind because he was breathing actual oxygen. He was like, whoa. I mean, that's when you know you have a problem. When you smoke so much that you're high when you're not smoking. Like you're literally just like, and then one day you breathe in, you go, oh, wow. That's what you guys feel like? Forget that. Yeah. Yeah, he smoked like a chimney. And he had this like certain meal that he would eat, bacon and eggs and something. And he'd write a diagram and show exactly where he wanted each piece of the bacon and everything to be. He made cubby holes in the house where he didn't believe in banks. And the guy that helped him build some of the cubby holes was at the house before we got there. He always looked kind of nervous when he was talking to us. So we believe that he's the one that he took all of this money, except some of the money was in a place that wasn't a cubby hole. It was in the bathroom where there was a ledge underneath the sink. There was no doors underneath the cabinet, but there was a ledge. So I reached up there and I found $7,900 in $100 bills. Except then I said, nothing in that room, everybody. Nothing in that room. I bet you did, Gray. I bet you did. No, I didn't. Oh, yeah, that's right. One of the complaints was they don't like my whiny voice. Well, I'll try not to do that as much, okay? But I can't promise that I can't do the whiny voice, all right? That's exactly what I said was cha-ching when I grabbed that. Yeah. I definitely can't promise you I won't be making the whiny voice. It's like saying don't do, and then some people don't like Mary Lou either. You know, but it's part of the show, man. You know, if you don't like Mary Lou, well, you probably don't like me. It's okay. No, Gray, I really do like you. I just don't like Mary Lou. Well, Mary Lou isn't real.
What do you mean, Gray?
I just said you're not real. Oh, wait, I mean, you're not like, they don't see you is what I meant to say.
Oh, okay, Gray.
See? I had to explain that again. I don't have the 3 big takeaways yet. I have to. Is it done yet? Because it seemed like you kept putting the link out there for other people. You can actually download the spreadsheet. That's the scary part. You download this CSV file, and it's got I already loaded it up into Excel one time, and I was like, holy crap. I've got this stuff digitized now. This is like pie charts. Gray's a pile of shit in this cube. He's a jackass in this piece of pie wedge over here. He's an asshole in this one over. Oh, look at this one. He's got this. Oh, yeah, that's good times. Can't wait to graph that all out. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, I was reading through them generally. The 3 big takeaways are that, you know, people don't like when throughout the show I bring up the super chat element. They also don't like when I look frustrated on slow nights, when I probably should just realize some nights are going to be slow and some aren't going to be. Now most people like, U.S. stories because we're in the U.S. I think the things that are more important to me, I think I do the shows okay. I think what's more important to me in the survey are the personality observations that people don't like. Some of the things that I think some of those things because some of the stuff I didn't used to ever be like or do. So obviously I can, try to be more like that before, right? So. Well, not like personality, just more like behavior stuff. Like, God, why do you giving trolls too much time? Like I'm in a flow doing something, then I stop and go after a troll for 5 minutes, and then the whole flow of what I was talking about's gone. Hey, KK, I'm glad you didn't get to take that one, man. That would have been another notch in the pies of the... Well, why couldn't you take it? It was still there. I could see it. Gray? Why they call you Gray? Well, that's my name. Yeah. Now, if you wonder why the whole Lance part is because when I was born, I tell this story all the time, but nobody ever believes it. I happened to check in like every 2 years with my mom because I was thinking, I must have heard you wrong. I must have heard you wrong. But on the birth certificate, my parents wrote down L. Gray Hughes because that's what my name was supposed to be. And I was supposed to be called Gray with a first initial, kind of like L. Ron Hubbard or something, right? But then the doctor, who was a family friend, he switched the L and put Lance on there. And my parents, that's okay. Really? I mean, that's okay. That's not what you wanted. So you let some other schmuck, like name you? It's a survey. It wasn't really a poll. Danielle made it. Okay, well, if you want to go take it again, KK, go back over there and take it again. Yeah, write in all this stuff, man. Just... I think Danielle did it to put some digs in. Even the questions themselves. You get what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. She did it to help out so I could figure out, what's going on and, maybe try to go in a better direction. How do I know what's negative? I was goofing around. Wow, you know a Gray in Australia, huh? What's weird is you can actually find other Gray Hughes out there. Hughes isn't really that common. It's not incredibly uncommon, but it's not really common. And Gray, though, isn't common at all. So I always feel like if there's another Gray Hughes, I got to be their friend. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Think how weird it'd be to have in your inbox somebody named Gray Hughes. You'd probably immediately think they were a troll. I would. I tell you what, any person with the real name Gray Hughes that comes into this chat and tries to type will immediately get blocked. Even if they're actually another one. No, man, I was really another Gray Hughes. No, there was positive stuff in there. The positive stuff it makes me feel good. But there wasn't really a lot of positive stuff like constructive positiveness, I guess, where you can, okay, cool, let me do more of that or something. The negative stuff is the one that you go, well, I don't have to do that. Like I don't have to be an ass sometimes, and I don't have to do, but I mean, I do have my own personality. I'm not always, just this. I don't want to be one of the types that just stares and goes, yeah, that's great, man, what a great idea. Yeah, aliens. Sure, they committed the crime. Yeah, that's really good. Let's talk about for a while. Let me look up a link really quick there. Now, Carl Sagan did say that there's possibly life on other planets. Now, let me look up another link here. Yeah, I'm not going to spend time on some of that. That's what I just said, Cindy. I'm not going to be... Bye, LOL. Your movie blow? What? I don't get it, Miss Ladybug. I don't get it. Wow, you had a commercial. Maybe they're starting to help. I don't think other people can see other people's emails and stuff in that poll, right? I think you just... Can you see everybody else's, Zozo? Oh, if you can, then maybe everybody else can. I don't know. I might have put the wrong one. Yeah, they make you put emails in, but can everybody see everybody's email in there? Because you said there was a version where there's not stuff in there. Oh. Yeah, I'm the only one that's viewing the results, yeah. Or maybe Danielle created it so she can see it. I don't think she'd do anything. Yeah, if other people can't see other people's emails, then leave it up there, because it's really just me and Danielle that have that. So, okay, good. Yeah, the freaks are awesome. Yeah, I know, but if you did care about the personal information. Yeah, well, it's not going to anybody. It's just I have it and Danielle created it so she can see it too. Yeah, that's it. There's nobody else that sees it. Is that okay? Or yeah, Danielle made it. I wasn't even sure how to put it out there. She sent me a few different links, and I put out one that people could edit. I didn't really want it that way. But I guess it turned out pretty good. Now the best meal I cook it's actually a Korean, I think it's called like kalbi beef, Korean barbecue, where I make sticky rice, and then you get these Korean short ribs, and you make this whole like marinade stuff that you put it in. And then after about, you let it sit overnight for like 2 hours. It has all this stuff in it, sesame seed oil, And you have to put brown sugar on the meat first. Let it sort of get in there. And then at the end you put it in the bowl, then you put all the marinade in there and you stir it around so everything's got it. Man, it's making me want to eat some right now. And it's really expensive though. And then when it's done, you barbecue it. It's freaking, and then you eat it with the rice. It's so good. It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, we're not, there's no emails going out to anybody. Well, it was Joanna DeBose. We went over that for the first hour. Why don't you hit the rewind button and go back and watch it? Is that cool? Or yeah, it was like an hour and 20 minutes talking about that case. Would you be okay with that? I used to love kimchi, but I can't eat it anymore. The cabbage just messes my stomach up. I thought this was about that case. Here's the thing. After a while, there's nothing to say anymore. What else is there to say about that case? We've already, you know what I mean? We got through it. We discussed all the elements, showed exactly where it was. I'm sure there's a little bit more detail on how things happen. Maybe there's more information like Google searches and things on his computer that might tell a different story of what his intentions were. We don't have that information yet. So if you really want to look at that stuff, go back and watch that. But I was about to end the show about an hour ago, or hour and a half ago, and thought I would answer some questions, and it turned into a long conversation, hanging out. Yeah. Yeah, Jeff really wants to hear your cab story, Lillian, but we'll do that on, is it a crime? Because if it is, we'll do that on a show where we're doing the crime stories. But how you feeling? Sounds like it looks like you're feeling pretty good. You're hanging out for the show, and I'm not sure, Jeff. You're almost obsessed with it. It's bizarre. It better be the greatest story in the history of the world, Jeff. The way you push that story. Let's see. Is Letitia? No, she's not. Okay, Jeff. Yep, she does have some stories out there. You're just, yeah, they don't have it there. Yep, 73 years worth of stories. Who do you think killed John Benet Ramsey? I don't know. I always think maybe it's the, somebody in the house, like maybe the brother or something, but. Let's see. That was the parents immediately. Huh? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. I mean, the mother seems like she, the call and the notes and everything. I just get so tired of it. It just goes around and around in a circle. It's the same story. Everybody has the same take on everything. It's nothing new. I think that's the least interesting case for me to cover. It's just nothing interesting about it. Chat disconnected. Please wait while we... What does that mean? How come it does that? Jeff should start a channel called What the Hell Am I Talking About? I thought something was wrong with the chat. Yeah, well, it said something like your chat got disconnected and then it came back. After watching John Ramsey talk CrimeCon last year, I no longer think anyone in the family had anything to do with. Were you at Crime? You didn't go to CrimeCon, did you? Trisha, like on Web Sleuth, absolutely thinks that the family's involved. I mean, she's really passionate about it. Like, she couldn't stand what John Ramsey was saying. Hey, thank you, Clark E.O. Clark E.O. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking of going this year, but it's just so far away. I don't know why they don't do one in Seattle, or how about pick something in the middle of the country? It's always on a coast somewhere. Why does anybody care? Oh, we gotta go to Orlando or the big cities and stuff. Everybody's there for CrimeCon, not the side stuff that's there. Like, I wouldn't care if it was in if I went to Google Earth right here and let's see, went up in the air and we just sort of went right here in Nebraska, in Burwell, Nebraska, right there. Right? As long as you had enough hotel rooms, what difference does it make? I just want to go there and talk about crime and meet other people talking about crime. And it'd be a hell of a lot cheaper too. They said they always do go to places like you know, Las Vegas, Orlando, and then Louisiana. You know, what was it? What's the one in Louisiana? The my brain isn't working. New Orleans. You know, it's like all the big places where everybody has all these other things to do. You already said that, Cindy. You already said that. Yeah. New Orleans, New Orleans, New Orleans, New Orleans, New Orleans, New Orleans, New Orleans. Yeah, it's Orlando. It's literally as far away as you can get from me. No, you didn't, Cindy. On your end, you think you did. But you're behind me, so your words popped up into chat after I said it. So, I think that big convention cities have the accommodations and can give the organizers deals. Yeah, but it's never really a deal. It's like, let's say milk costs $3 at one store. Then another store raises it to $5 and then says, hey, we'll give it to you for $2.99 if on a bulk deal here. Okay, Cindy, we're going to have to remove some of your comments. Just because I want to. You're just always a pest. I think I covered that one, didn't I? Moxley? I don't know. Thought I did. Could have sworn. 15-year-old American high school student from Greenwich, Connecticut, who was murdered in 1975, was last seen alive spending time at the home of Skakel family across the street from her home in Bellhaven. I don't know. I don't see her. Her name isn't in this folder here, but it just sounds so familiar. No, that's right. That's the one I did that one. That's right. That's right. It was one of the Kennedy ones. We did that one night. That's why it sounded familiar. A real crime committed? I don't think so. I think if we met at CrimeCon, we'd probably hug each other and have a drink. You know, it wouldn't matter at all. That's the way it is there. It's just, nobody cares. Yeah, CrimeCon in Portland would be a joke. I do Python. I have these programs that I write that go out and scrape information or connect to a database and pull information together and create these reports that I give other people. That's what I do. Okay? That's all the information that I'm going to share. Oh yeah? You know the Paul Revere rap all the way through, Cindy, with your eyes closed? Let's see. Different case there. Yeah, we talked about that one time, doing our own crime con or something, but that's just, I don't know, it's kind of lame. Yeah. You know, I mean, it would be cool if we did our own and had people like, you know, Colleen Fitzpatrick and Misty Gillis there and a couple other people, just you know, that's what we're doing. You know, it'd be pretty cool. Oh yeah, and there'd be golfing. Yeah, woo. Oh yeah, that'd be so fun. People never played before in their life go walking around and hacking balls and a drink for every birdie. There won't be very many, so. Yeah. Probably not that safe. Well, I got my first antibiotic in, Jen. We'll see how that goes. I had one round of golf. The craziest round of golf I ever played was in Sun River. I was 5 over after 4 holes. Really shitty start. But then I went and I found my old Maxfly Revolution golf balls at the bottom of the bag. And then I let's see. I ended up shooting I was 1 under the rest of the round. Okay, so it was like such a horrible start, but then I ended up the round shooting I was 3 under the rest of the round because I shot a 74 after being 5 over after 4 holes. So in the next 14 holes, I was 3 under. It was crazy. I had like 4 birdies and an eagle on a. It was just nuts. Right? That was probably the craziest one I ever had. And my best round ever was a 70, 1 under on a par 71. But one of the best, I shot a 72 on the same course one time. If I had parred the last hole, I would have shot a 74. So I just, from about 230 yards out with more than that because the flag was at the very back of this double green, I hit a 3-wood and just crushed it. And it only went like 10 or 15 feet off the ground on a bullet. Then it hit the ground just short of the green and then rolled up the green all the way back. So I had a 15-footer for eagle. Then I made that and got the 72. So that was pretty sweet. No, wait. I shot a 70. No, I did shoot a 70. I was 1 under for the round. I always want to get one round in my life in the 60s. That'd be pretty cool. You like current and cold cases equally? Yeah. Well, people get more excited on the current ones, for sure, because they're happening now. People feel like, hey, we can figure something out. And no, I just said that. I broke 72. 71 was the par. I shot a 70. So I was under par, but I'd like to get a 69 or below at some point. I don't know, those days are probably over. But all these good scores have come in the last 5 or 6 years. The better ones. Yeah, the short game you got to practice a lot. Well, I used to fly fish all the time and bass fishing. I used to fly fish all the time, but I don't really have time for it anymore. You kind of have to drive a long ways and do it. Then bass fishing I love bass fishing. It's so good. It's crazy. I remember when I was in Corvallis, this guy taught me how to do it. I was out there and he's like, "Oh, this is what you got to do. What do you got to do?" So you put one of those rubber worms on. You got the, I think the Texas rig. You got the weight that slides up and down. Then you put one of those true turn hooks on. Then you put a rubber worm on, like I used to use these purple ones with like a red curly tail at the end. And then you cast it out, right? And right when it hits the water, like you throw it by a undercover brush or something. And when it hits the water, you just watch the line. You don't even feel for anything on your pull. You just watch the line. If it gets slack really quick, I think I told you guys this before, that means it's coming towards you. If it starts moving side to side, the fish has it in their mouth and swimming sideways. And if you cast it out and it seems to stop too quick, you know, like the little arc in the line, it just stops. That means he just caught it in his mouth and is holding it there. Then you reel in a little bit and you just, boom, pull back and it goes right into their mouth and boom. Yeah, it works. Anyways, you guys, I just spent another hour, 3 hours on here. So I think I'm going to go rest now for the rest of the evening. Again, I apologize for raising my voice and getting upset earlier. Also, you know, I'm trying to, you know, mellow out in here, just in general, you know, when people are trying to help out. And even if it's irritating the way it's happening, I should just probably be like, well, at least they're trying to help, you know. They're not trolls. And so that will be my effort to at least one of them. I'll just look the other way. Need to for your own heart and liver. Yeah, yeah. Hey, thanks, Julie Boyko. Oh, come on, Lillian. You are though, right? I mean, just ask Jeff. Yeah, that was pretty fun. I mean, we could do the. I mean, we've done these before, but like, you know, maybe we could make it more, you know, on a Sundays or, you know, some night where we're just kind of like Friday nights would be good, don't you think? Because like Fridays, you could do a quick story on something and then just kind of hang out, do whatever. Of course, you'll start hearing the same stories because I have these ones are like my epic stories. I just, you know, there's the ones that you always think of. Well, thanks, Cora Brown. That was nice. Thank you, Cindy J. So, anyways, we've got a Trucka Girl, Tosh, Cheryl Bullock, Danielle, Holly Reagan, Danielle, Simple Life Days, Your Gypsy, Simple Life Days, Three Boys Mom, Danielle Burrell, Tosh, Simple Life Days, Three Boys Mom, Ashy Snow, American Lady, Donna, Dan Keith, let's see, Annie laid her hair down, Dee, Eugenie, Allie Cake, Mickey Duff, Simple Life Days, Sincerely Katie, Scoutin' Dude, Donna, Snug with a Pug, Danielle Burrell, Jim Long, Danielle, American Lady, Travelin' Teresa, the new member, True Blue, Caligal 3, True Blue, Caligal 3, Jim Lon, American Lady, Adniram, Donna, Adniram, Jim Lon, Danielle, American Lady, Traveling Teresa, Jim Lon, Clarkio, Moofies, Julie Boyko, Travel, Cindy J. Up above, also had, I can't find the other member. Other, True Blue, doesn't say. So I don't know if I got everybody's name in here, but let's just do, we'll spin for a notebook, all right? That combined with, we get right at the edge. We made it just to the very bottom rung of a notebook. So I don't know if everybody's name's on there. If it's not, oh yeah, hold on. And Lillian on PayPal. Let's see. What? What's he talking about? That doesn't tie anything together. Somebody sent me the Brian in text, a tweet that says, "Today was the day so much has been tied together. Lori Vallow's hair was found on the duct tape wrapped around little JJ's body." Man, that is one of the most easily explainable things that you could ever imagine. I mean, I have to go listen to the segment. If it's duct tape around a sheet that is on his pajamas, that makes it a little bit more less likely, but it's still like Lori's hair is probably all over the place, right? Yeah, Lillian on PayPal there. Thank you. Okay, so if you don't see your name on the spin wheel, don't get upset. It's just, it's just kind of for fun, anyways. At the end. I don't even know where it went, so I'll have to do that again. There it is. All right, everybody. All right, I gotta get Lillian in there, I think. Great, I don't see mine. Okay, well, anyways, here we go. We're shuffling, and here's the spin. Your Gypsy. There we go. Awesome. Your Gypsy won. Huh? Missed the girl code. What? Your Gypsy won. Very cool. Very cool. Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out tonight and talking. And, I'm definitely trying to mellow out, but I got to get out of this sickness. It's driving me nuts. I was walking 5 miles a day. I was feeling pretty good. And then it just goes. Today I tried to walk a half a mile and got really nauseous really quick. So I was kind of like, what the hell's going on? And so hopefully, my dad was thinking maybe I'm swallowing this crap coming out of my nose and made me sick. So we'll see how that goes. But yep. Anyways, thank you guys for putting up with me. I appreciate it. Especially you, Zozo. Okay. I don't put up with you, Gray. I'm not sending you another link. All right. Anyways, we'll see you guys later. Thank you much for being here. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there. And thank you, mods, for all that you do. Appreciate it. All right. Bye-bye. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and an 8.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a Crime dissector, plug rejector, I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Grader's gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his pector. With all respect, y'all, just remember I've a temper fucking check ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you later.
Hey, look, Ray, it's Paul Bunyan's toilet. Devil's Canyon. Wow, Granny, that was really cool. Well, I'm glad you...
Anyways, that's it for you guys.
Hey, you sounded like me, Gray.
Yeah, I did. I was trying to imitate you. It just wasn't really that great. Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, thank you guys for hanging out tonight. That was fun. Sorry for again for the my moments there, but we're all a work in progress, aren't we? Awesome. Okay, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow and in the morning. Don't forget 7:45 in the morning. We got some more Letitia Stauk. All right. So thank you guys very much. We'll see you tomorrow. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there.
Be safe out there.
Good job, Mary Lou.
Well, thanks, Gray. I really like the new you.
Well, I'm not new. This is, there's no new me. I got a work in progress. A work in progress. All right, thanks, everybody. Be safe.